Hey guys, it's Scarfy. Welcome to our 100th episode. There was something told to us a long time ago that, and I really don't know how to say this, but someone told us that there would be a, you know what? Someone told us that our channel would be something to be really, really used, and I would actually turn out something really grand and better. And quite frankly, I can't wait to show you guys. I'm so excited, and I kind of wish this person was here, because I wonder what he would say if he saw all this. And
I know I left my tequila around here. So,
All right, who forgot to lock the front door?
but you still haven't moved the key from under the mat. By the way, how's it going?
Shit. Holy shit! Welcome, friend.
Hi. Wait. What date is it? Oh crap! Right. It's your 100th episode. Holy crap! Hi guys, congrats.
Hey, how have you been?
I've been good. I totally wasn't here looking for a bottle of tequila I may have left before I left. That's very vintage, and I also feel like Krüz might have drank. But really quickly, I just wanted to say, when I have dropped by unannounced multiple times listening by, you guys, Jesus, you guys have done a lot here. This place looks beautiful. What have you done? Naka, did you do these redecorations? This place looks gorgeous.
Well, I had help.
Fair enough. I love it here.
Don't worry, tequila's not my drink of choice. Usually I go for a fine mead, like I have right now.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. Well, happy 100th, you guys. Oh my gosh. Also, I saw that opening bit you guys just did. That was beautiful. That was fantastic with the episodes flying by. Those were great ones. Those were golden gems.
That's legit.
So, I assume you're here for the party.
Yes. Yes, I am. Wait,
Well,
hold on. Tell me more.
Well, we're celebrating our 100th episode, and I believe I gave you something of value. And I pulled a couple of strings, guys, and I just felt, you know what, this episode would not be complete without the person who helped us get here. And so, what do you guys think, Naka, Krüz?
For reference, real quick, because I figured there was going to be at least one guest that would join us. I have turned on the little Discord stream kit by the microphone icon on screen. So, because I don't.
Who cares about production value? Just say what's on your mind.
What's on my mind? Probably my brain.
That's a good place to keep it. Yeah. It's one of my preferred places, actually. Well, next to the vodka. Anyway,
next to the vodka.
And
man, you got to keep it in a safe place.
Oh, now
yeah,
you sent me the agenda.
Zach, I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of getting teary-eyed. Here comes the waterworks. Oh my god.
Get this guy a fucking poppers, bud.
Right. Seriously.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
I was gonna say, honestly, though, Jesus, like, it is super. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and BS you guys and be like, I'm so surprised you made it to 100 episodes. I had nothing but faith in both of you. And then when Naka came on, I saw the level of, like, I don't know how much you hear this, Naka, but, like, honestly, you brought a level of, like, professionalism that I could only dream of bringing to this podcast. You did such a great job. Scarfy and Krüz have kept, like, strong with all the changes, and your personalities have melded so well. It is not a surprise at all to me you made it to 100, and hopefully to many more. You guys have done so freaking much. This whole podcast, this whole channel is gorgeous now, streamlined. You have amazing people here with you. I'm super glad that I can come and see it with you guys, and I totally am not making that up about my tequila. Sorry, go on.
God, I'm just gonna say this right now. So much has happened, and I don't even know where to start.
The beginning?
I was hoping you'd say start with the best part.
Well, that works too. I mean, that's fine. Man, I'm just here. You start where you like.
We got to have Jonas Scott on our podcast.
Oh my god, that was wild.
Yeah, talk about
like,
wild.
not only. Here's the great thing about that. It wasn't the first time that we'd had to. I was very early on, like episode 3. It was a whole shit show with billion dollar boy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole thing, and but then we risked it and did not get the biscuit. We got 1,000 views. The video had to be taken down, but was able to be put back, and as I checked it last, has 1.6k views. I'm like, holy fucking mother of God! Not only to hit 1k views, but to do that twice.
Right. Wait, Krüz, I might be confused here. I'm thinking that the first copyright strike that ever got an episode taken down was by Billion Dollar Boy. Was this again by Billion Dollar Boy? Did they do the one for your Jonas Scott episode as well?
No, this was Sony Japan.
Oh, okay. God, I was gonna say, it's like, well, how are they still around? Like, that's garbage.
I assume some Zach. I assume some of the other people want to say hi, don't they?
I guess they must. Who else do we have? Oh.
Hey! Meow! Intruder alert!
Hey, somebody left the door open.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Or I did say.
You guys have to move that spare key, man. Everybody knows.
Good key, though.
I mean, you didn't really hide the spare key. You kind of put it under the mat that says spare key.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I totally forgot to use the spare key and just broke the door open with a crowbar. So that probably didn't make things better. But, hi.
Bark.
Hey.
Bark. Hi, Zach.
Hi, Aaron. Hi, have I been here for everybody? I remember Kyle. I know your guys' shows with Weekend. Was I here for Kohana and everyone? Am I saying that right?
Kohana means family.
Kohana is Foxy from
Foxy. Oh shit! Hey Foxy, how's it going?
Foxy.
Doing good.
Hey, shout out to our
Megaplex.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's shit show from Megaplex, man. That was a time.
Oh my god, that's right.
And
holy crap!
And we must not forget. We must not.
I just realized that in our entire chat right now, I actually am the only one that has my legit real first and last name in our entire chat.
Oops. You can change that if you want to.
Going on Facebook.
Oh wow!
Don't mind me.
Everybody in your contacts list knows you're a furry.
I mean,
how are you?
We've had guests. We've had
surprise.
Guests. Yeah, I kind of knew this was coming. By the way, we mustn't forget our temporary co-host for when Scarfy was busy with work or something. Shutterwolf. We can't forget you for co-hosting an episode with us.
And Shutter is here. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I did not mean to glance over. I didn't see you at first. Hey, Shutter, how's it going, man?
Hey, thank you, Naka. Thank you, Zach. And thank you, Scarfy, Krüz.
So Zach, you have an agenda for us.
It's on.
Wait, what? I have an agenda? Whoa, hold on. I was just going to spike the punch bowl. That was my only agenda. What do you mean I have an agenda? Oh.
Yes.
I see.
And I already gave the agenda to Naka and Krüz, and I assume you have a lot of questions that you want to talk to us about and just ask us. And just wow, I can't believe we even got to this point. Just 100 episodes, and I'm kind of teary-eyed right now. Oh my god.
Dude.
Now, really quickly, I love this. I just want to say you did miss something. Hold on. All right, let me write that in here. Scribble. Okay, where is my friggin' tequila? All right, that's the first one. No, don't worry about that. But seriously.
Sorry, I drank it. Don't worry. Here it is.
Did you check the bar?
Aaron, you saint. I'll check that next.
So.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so 100 episodes, and you've had all these beautiful people here that you've done work with. You've covered so much in 5 years. You guys have survived an entire Trump presidency. Can I just tell you that that's amazing on like multiple? Sorry, I don't mean to get political, but
that is a new tagline for this show.
That was a thing because not to. I mean, I don't want to keep that subject up, but like that happens. That I was a freshman in college, and I've since graduated, and I'm like, wow. Just think not only that like in the world climate, but just how everything has changed and how we've. I mean, our format was naturally able to persist through the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, or as my friends and I call it. My friends and I simply call it the Rona.
Oh, so guys, Kiri just joined the chat. He is responsible for pretty much creating all of these glorious visuals that you see on your screen right now. Thanks, Kiri.
Right.
Thanks, Kiri.
Man.
And also may or may not have done the animatic that you saw at the beginning of the show.
Dang, Kiri, you're a champion.
Yes.
Wow.
That is fantastic.
It is, and I can't. So Foxy, you've kind of been dormant. How have you been?
Well, work is work, and still just trying to get my degree in order. I recently learned that hey, I can't have alcohol anymore because somebody, has diabetes now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So
Not even
sorry.
for the alcohol, just legitimately diabetes. I'm sorry, that's rough.
Well, the good news, I have it under control. It was really kind of scary about a little bit more than a month ago. I was in the hospital, pretty bad condition. I didn't even know I was diabetic.
Yikes.
Yeah, that happens when you don't know. The first bit just like builds up, and you're like, "Well, this sucks." I don't want to like keep on a downer note, and I'm not trying to downplay you telling us this. I'm glad you're okay. Is what I'm trying to get to. I'm glad that it wasn't worse than it.
Well,
right.
It's pretty good. I recently had a death in the family on Tuesday, and
Damn.
I'm so sorry.
It's a lot. But
thank you for choosing to be here.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank you very much for being here.
I need something positive. So you guys are pretty much positive. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is positivity in this group for damn sure with all the people here.
Indeed. So, I guess we can go ahead and start the show. S.E.T has been brought to you by Streamlabs. We are a nonprofit podcast, but we use this as our go-to for making more episodes and help them be bigger and better than ever before by purchasing equipment or other visual means. Please don't feel obligated. We are not asking for money to pay the rent, but if you have the heart to donate, it is greatly appreciated. I've said that 100 times.
Wink.
100 more.
You have not said that 100 times. You've said that about probably 60 times, maybe?
I don't care. I don't care.
Here's the thing. I went back and looked at the very first pilot episode of which. So let me like preface this by saying that when we started doing S.E.T in where I was in Worcester, Massachusetts, I had a shared internet with about 20 other people in one building, and it was abysmal. And you would see that's why I was cutting in and out. My Discord spike, my ping would go right up to the roof, and so. I looked back and how Scarfy said the intro thing the first time. It's like he said the same words, but it was just like it was kind of like spaced out a little more. But I don't know. It's like you could see like that's where it all began.
This is where it starts.
So Naka, Krüz, you have the agenda. I sent you the agenda just now.
Correct.
It's a pretty straightforward agenda. So Zach, I believe that you have questions that you want to ask us because there's always we're interviewing people, but there's always who's interviewing you.
Yeah, apparently I'm starting to interview now. Scarfy, can you come here really close? Come here. Okay, I need you to take a few steps out of the way so I can read the teleprompter. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Fluffy.
Yes,
beautiful. All right, so so
you need a glass of water.
So the start of the show, like the beginning of the show, the very birth of the show, I feel like this is a little more Scarfy and Krüz specific. Let's start off with that. What I feel like. And let me start by saying something and then addressing most questions I guess directly to Scarfy. For what I did in there, for what Naka and Krüz have done continuously there, this show started with you, Scarfy. Like I'm gonna call right here.
Yes,
You had this vision. You had this plan. What brought that? Like why this? Why an informational podcast? Why not something where it's this ooh furry pause? Like why substance? Why set?
So I came up with this idea to do a show where I felt like so there's not enough, furries talking about this entertainment, that's going on in entertainment. They're just talking about, furries and that's all fine and good. So I felt like I needed to branch out and actually get people to be more appreciative. And I was watching a podcast called Pretty Much It. It's on YouTube still. With I forgot what his name was. Eric something. I forgot his last name, but let's just start. His name is Eric, and basically he decided to do a podcast where basically they talk about music, movies, and video games that are coming out. And I just thought, wow, I really wish that I could do something like that. So I came up with this idea, and I wanted to do all that. And I think it was Zach, Krüz, and we just started RPing on Twitter. It's not the NSFW kind, so get that out of your heads right now.
Why would you be NSFW anyways?
Aaron, sweetie, I love you. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Jesus.
It almost
After
was.
dark, Subwuffer.
Yeah. After dark, Subwoofer, ooh woo. Okay, never mind.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So,
Let's do it at nighttime.
Yes. So we did all that, and we were RPing like us living in a treehouse. We were living in a treehouse. We built a treehouse together.
Oh my
on
God,
Twitter.
you're right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Sorry, go on.
Yes, we did all that, and I just thought to myself, wow, I really wish I had this idea, I had this vision in my head that I wanted to do something that would make people smile. I wanted to do all this. I wanted to do all that. So I explained my idea to Krüz and how he felt about it, and I forgot what Krüz's reaction was to all this, but he totally wanted in on the gig, and I think you wanted in on the gig for a while just to see how this would all work. And Krüz, what was like, that was the birth of our show. You and I started talking, and just like things just kind of went on from there, right?
Hey! I want to interject real quick. You're forgetting a fourth member who could not join us tonight.
Oh, I missed Shuja.
Shuja. Yeah. Unfortunately for Shuja, he had to. He lives in Vietnam currently. He had to go from the U.S. to Vietnam for certain circumstances. So he unfortunately does not. He unfortunately does not do the show. He hasn't done it since season 1. So he left, as well as Zach left, and I was very, very worried because I thought that I couldn't do it with just 3 people. But it turns out that we did all of that, and then Naka, for all the love of me, just after Zach left, Naka wanted so bad to be a part of this show, and I just went, oh my God, he really wants to be a part of this show, and I'm so worried to make him part of the show.
He came in, he Daft Punk'd this shit. He did it better, faster, harder, and stronger.
Yes.
So I'm go back and answer the first question.
He was very. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
Like how I felt about it the first time. Honestly, I don't remember either, but I was, I just knew that I wanted to do it. Obviously, that's just kind of what was said. But as far as seeing like how we would proceed after Zach and eventually Shoujo would have to not. That's another thing. I just said that, but only Zach said Shujwa. Everyone said, or at least I said Shujwa.
I still do it to say Shujwa. There is no W. I don't know what was wrong.
It just feels natural to say.
It's Shuja.
Yeah, it's Shuja, but I will ruin that name to my dying day.
Slip of the tongue. God damn you. But then I saw this. I had seen this name appear in our chat a few times, Naka, and he was like always there, just hanging around, and I'm like, okay, well, that's good that we have someone who is like, we're looking at new candidates to like join us, and like, oh, well, there's someone who is like familiar with our content, is present. And I'm like, okay, let's get to know this guy. Let's get to see how he can help us. And
I had
like
one,
4 years later, it's like, man, he's just part of the family,
And I had one interview, and he impressed me with that interview. And I said I liked him. I went on our show, and then Krüz was like, "Well, wait, why didn't I get a say in this?" And then he listened, and then he was like, "Oh, wow, he actually is good. Okay."
Right.
Yeah. So, and Naka, how do you feel about you didn't join on the birth of our show, but
How do you
came in
feel about
season
them
2.
hiring you, Naka?
Yes.
This is your performance review.
Dun, dun, dun.
5 years in the making? Yeah.
I do want to lay something out, is that when the show first started, I can't remember if there was a season of Game of Thrones going on at the time, but
Pretty sure there was.
if there was, what would happen was my parents would go over to my aunt and uncles who used to live a mile and a half away from us, because they had HBO with their cable package, and we didn't.
A good reason.
So, they would go and watch Game of Thrones, and I would be with my, no, I didn't have the Motorola at the time. No, I did have a Motorola cell phone with me, using, just headphones, and I would just watch the show because I wasn't interested in Game of Thrones. Like, yeah, it'd be spaghetti or steak or something, and then I'd go into the other room and just watch the show because I didn't want to watch Game of Thrones. NASCAR was probably done for the day at the time, and eventually it came to the point where it's like, I want to get into kind of streaming and stuff and broadcasting, creating content, and I'd done that with my friends on, their respective channels, mainly Thunder THR, who is not with us, but, I got to be a part of his streams, and, I've gotten a lot of friendships out of that, and I've gotten a lot of friendships through the show. And admittedly, at the start, I was a bit worried because I had DSL. I had like 8 megabits download and like 7/8 of a megabit upload. So our shows would be at super low bitrate, but I'd record the shows, cut out the first 30 minutes on Sony Vegas, and then I'd upload them. And admittedly, you could tell for the first couple of seasons I was there, I didn't necessarily have a good image to work with for thumbnails.
Yes. So,
but I made do with what I had.
With what you had. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you did great, dude.
And I had like a cheap USB headset mic at the time or something like that. I didn't have the Yeti that I'm speaking to you now with. That came a couple seasons in, because we had grouped together, fonts and stuff. But, it's nice because it's given me, this is, an ideal thing for me is I like creating content. This show does give me a drive to create content, and I don't know where I'd be if I didn't reach out and apply, quote unquote, apply for this job. And it's not necessarily a job, because if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. And
I mean, okay, so the funny thing is that I made this podcast because one of the biggest reasons why I decided to make this podcast was I was in college at the time. I was doing all that. I realized, I'm not going to be able to do internships because I'm going to be so busy. So what do I want to do? I'm going to create my own idea, and this is what I created. And so, I can use all these 100 episodes as my, workforce to actually get me into my future career,
Oh my God, you brilliant, devious. I don't know if I can swear on your show.
That is clever.
Yeah, you
that
made
is
a
fucking say what you want.
You beautiful, brilliant bastard. You made a portfolio for your future out of this. That's amazing.
Yes, I did.
Done.
He used us without our knowing.
Yes,
So
I
the
did. I did.
He used us and made us like it.
I'm real. I did all that. So, I decided, but don't get me wrong. That was only one of the few reasons why I wanted to do this podcast. The other few was because furries are making fursuits. They're making, music. They're making art. What do I get to make? Oh, I can make this, and I can be just as better
fair.
off as. Yeah.
Look upon the works that I hath wrought.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with that, because I don't have good enough skills to, as much as I love music and have perfect pitch and everything, I couldn't, create music if I wanted to. I'm not really necessarily good with my hands when it comes to like arts and crafts, but I am good with mechanics. Kind of makes it's a bit odd, but
Yeah.
And art, same thing. Can't really draw. But
I would say for you, sorry, you were probably gonna get here, but like just from what you've shown, especially where you came from in this, like the beginning skills you had, like because from what I remember, you had sort of the basics, but not really. And I feel like you're just sort of like getting some of the stuff for like editing and audiovisual, but you're the stuff you've learned and made and just created for the show is baffling. Like I know you didn't create the transition, but you found the way to make it work, and that's not always that easy. Like it's someone who used to do stuff. It's not that simple.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because this honestly would not have been possible without the likes of Kiri Kuwaks, who is in our. He goes by Gars Kuin on Twitter. He is the one who made all of these visuals to us. And you want to know something very, very interesting? And I'm really gonna level with you on this.
Wow.
He actually found me on Reddit when I was and it's a long story. He found me on Reddit while I was on the Build Me a PC subreddit, and this is why. And he helped me build my PC by audio and visual cue. It's beautiful. I love my PC. I will never go back to pre-builds ever. So I love this. I love this computer. And then he decided that he wanted to help me make visual art. And I'm like, what? You want to help me on my podcast? And I brought Naka in, and he was like, me and him were both floored. I'm like, and him and I were just, floored, and we went like, oh my God, this is going to change the podcast for better and for always. And we use that, and this is how it works now. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love everything this has to offer. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys like the visuals? I love the visuals.
I love them. They are actually very, like, I'm watching them as you speak, and they're just, you bouncing around is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the visuals. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yes. So
that's like little boy in the candy store again.
That was a bit of a kerfuffle to get working, but we got it working. I think we spent like an hour and a half just to get the not like the stream kit that you see next to the microphone, but like our images lighting up and speaking. That took us a little bit to get working, just because.
It's super cool. Like every time I see that, it's like, oh, that's smart. Oh, that's a great way to do that.
I'm sorry. Are you getting off to this? I have to ask.
Wait, what?
Sounds like that too. That's the one.
Hold on.
I thought this was a G-rated show.
It's your father.
PG-13/R rating in terms of swears.
Rated R.
Look, I was told this at a party. Am I the only one that doesn't have pants on while podcast? Guys, we agree. No.
I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, fair enough.
Ooh, screwed with the teleprompter again.
I'm wearing paws. Does that count?
So Zach, you have other questions that you want to ask?
I do. The teleprompter's telling me. Sorry. But for serious, like, so you guys all joined this. I remember. I'm gonna do my 10 seconds, which is like when I did this, I'm pretty sure I was just invited on mostly because Scarfy and I knew each other and I had some tech skills from YouTube. But when you guys signed up for the show, was this what it's become, what you were expecting? And if not, like, what were you expecting from this show? What did you expect to become?
I honestly didn't think it would become like this. Naka, did you? I had no idea. No.
I mean, let's see. We've had co-hosts, we've had temporary hosts because you've needed to do stuff. Let's see. We interviewed, I believe Weekend Wolf was like we did that. Fjord Frost, which I'm not sure who they go by right now, so I apologize.
Quartz Husky.
There you go. Let's see. We had Boozy Badger on. That was a fun episode. Did not expect that. Where he said, yes, it is okay to punch Nazis. And, I mean, I didn't expect all the visuals that were, created for the show. And I did not expect to interview a now famous voice actor. That was a big surprise. Yes. I expected that we would go on for a while, and I still want to do this because it gives me something to do on Sundays. But I didn't expect to do what we did necessarily.
Yeah,
But
and,
it's a good unexpected, not like, oh, an earthquake opened up and swallowed your house kind of unexpected.
Thanks for that reassuring thought.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and then
I'm sorry.
You had another question for us, Zach?
I didn't know if everyone responded to that, but yeah. So, okay, actually, this kind of follows into that.
Chris, did you respond to that or no?
I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
Perfect. That kind of ties into the next one anyway. well, I will say it's like,
what did I think it was going to be?
Yeah, exactly. What did you think when you were signing up for the show? Like, did you think it'd be what it's become?
What I think, I was going to say honestly, but it's like, just that's fucking bullshit. I'm honestly going to say what.
Yeah, cut the
I'm
the
to be
fat
honest.
words,
Yeah. I felt like it's kind of it's the way it was in the early days is more kind of like haphazard, like we would, yeah. Well, even then with like Corona, it's like you talk about like the before times. That's how it was.
True. No, you're right.
The land before time.
Yeah, the first season, like it was kind of like, yeah, we had an agenda, but like topics were brought up a little more like haphazardly, and we just like started with we hadn't decided yet that the reason we start with music. I don't know if people know this. The reason we start with music is because when I was in Worcester, Massachusetts, like during my gap year program doing internships, I did blacksmithing, which was very fun. The time we started, like 7:30, that's when most of the other people on my floor were gone. So it was just me. So it was quiet. So I had no interruptions. And so going from worrying about, first of all, other people making noise and using the bandwidth to just being able to talk about music that I'm passionate about and, talk about other video games that I've enjoyed, movies that I've enjoyed. We've all gotten to, I think the movies I've enjoyed most in recent years were both Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, and 1917. All those excellent movies. And yeah, I think it's just matured like a fine ale in a cellar. It's really just kind of.
I appreciate your alcohol references as a man of fellow culture.
Yes.
Yes, this is you too, man of culture.
You have another question to ask, Zach.
I have so many. I'm gonna start breezing through some of these and kind of combined actually because these next two are. Why did you guys? So sorry. You guys agreed to the show, right? So, why did you continue? And more importantly, like, what do you think you've learned doing this podcast? Like, what do you think has changed about you? How have you evolved?
So we've been running this podcast for 5 years now. January 31st, 2016 to, you guessed it, January 31st, 2021. And
it's fucking wild.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the end of It's like the end of Unus Annus. It was all planned. They ended their for everyone who didn't follow Unus Annus, it was so worth it. They ended on Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Yeah.
That the 5th anniversary, like we're
You're
right
not
on the
deleting
money.
this place, are you?
No, we are not deleting the channel. We are not doing that. We are not mad.
So we're not going to blow up the channel. No, we're not. We're not that kind of people. We made this episode for memories, guys. This episode is strictly a memorial episode of good memorial, though.
I'm not streaming for 12 hours.
It's a checkpoint, not a memorial.
I know. It is a checkpoint. I would say that. Yeah.
Also, because I'm in the Eastern time zone, I stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch the whole Unus Annus stream, which was a bad idea. But it was
all right. So have I learned anything in this podcast, and what did I learn? Honestly, I learned to have. I had to learn to be patient. Patience was a very big thing. It was so easy for me to get impatient with Naka and Krüz, and I have to admit to something. I was hard on Naka and Krüz, like, you know, like starting out, because I really wanted them to be disciplined. I really wanted them to have the drive to actually treat something with dignity and respect, and I really feel like they have truly done that. They really have.
Babe, I gotta say, baby, sweetie, you did the first 12 episodes with me, and you had developments with them. Really? Let's think about this.
I mean, it's kind of interesting because I decided I wanted to turn this into I wanted to focus this on more work-oriented stuff, and
that makes more sense.
I felt I was the driving force. I was the heart of the show. I was the brains of the show. How I wanted everything to work out, you know.
Now Zach's bullshit's gone. Yeah, we got to make this professional. Sorry, what was that? It was Foxy. Was that Foxy?
I was going to say Scarfy is a drill sergeant.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm not hard. Just I have a lot of patience, and you know,
on Full Metal Jacket Shutter.
Not really. Jesus Christ.
I've dealt with drill sergeants before, so.
Yes. No. He really has. He really has. All right. So you know, I had to learn patience. Naka, Krüz, what did you have to learn?
I mean, admittedly, there have been some hiccups along the road, but ever since about, you know, when we were guests on another show, the SoCal Shepherd Show. Thank you very much for having us on, by the way. I kind of flipped a switch in my brain saying, yeah, this is, that was kind of like, that was a bit of a hiccup in the road. Mainly because I got into my brain, hey, if you're a guest, that doesn't mean you get to fuck around. You still need to be professional. So I have since learned that, but definitely, you know, along the road, I've learned a little bit about Photoshop, video editing, OBS production, dealing with bit rates, and you know, making sure audio levels are fine and whatnot. You know, the visual slides that we have, I have set to hotkeys.
Good man.
And
hotkey.
Yeah, it's this show has admittedly helped me got through a lot of hard times, and you know, just being a part of something helps me anyway. And that's kind of part of what I learned. It's like, hey, this is kind of, you know, you're a part of something that you help create. It's something that you put passion into, and people enjoy this. And that's, you know, it might help people out if they're getting through hard times. And
right, absolutely.
Something that I take to heart.
What do you think, Krüz?
About you've been talking so long, I forget what the original question was. Yeah, it's
the original question.
How we've grown.
Yeah.
Well,
that one. I flip back and look at it. I did my best.
I got you. Don't worry. Like, so it was. So why did you decide to continue, and what did you learn? Yeah, what did you sort of take away? Which is technically the next episode, but kind of learn, take away, kind of coincide. So.
Yeah, it was kind of a learn by doing situation where we just figured out part of it came of circumstance, which is when I mentioned the reason the music came first was because traditionally that was when I had the most silent time in my apartment building. From that, just kind of as I did more of it, I got better at it. It honestly benefited me too, because I paid more attention to music releases and like to bands that I liked. And in 2016, I went down to Boston to see Amon Amarth and Baby Metal, and those were both amazing shows. So
I was the one who introduced you to Baby Metal.
Yeah. That's right. You did mention about the Amon Amarth thing. I think we talked about that Megaplex. Sorry, I won't get into that. Continue.
Yeah, we were kind of like, at that time, Baby Metal was kind of like, is this thing real? And like, oh, it is real. And like, yeah, then that was, man, it felt so long ago. but also like I can remember it like it was yesterday. But also since then, covering music, I've figured out how to better like transition between topics and what to talk about, what to mention about it that's like relevant to the artist, to the genre, and how to comment on the other parts, because it sometimes might have felt like, okay, well, we're done with music, so my job's done. I'll just sit back and just do nothing. Like, no, that's not it. We're still engaged for the whole time. Part of that also relies on, there are games and movies that I am also very like excited about. I just think I got better with understanding our format, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be on SoCal Show. But I think that what happened was that we sometimes you have this kind of moment where you realize, okay, you can't get complacent. You have to maintain a kind of, what just fucking happened to my computer? Oh, Java update. Oh my god. Sorry. The YouTube screen just disappeared from my vision. I just freaked out.
Yeah. No worries.
So,
It's okay.
yeah, it's one of those moments where you just kind of like, you have that, skip this version. Fuck off. Okay. You have a moment where someone else in the business is like, you interact with them and you see how they do things, and you can learn from them. They can learn from you. And I think that overall, just as we've progressed since 2016, we've just gotten better and gotten to a rhythm, and just we understand each other, because you can't just. This is the thing I've said about like sports teams. Like you can't just add star players and expect the whole team to do well, because it's more about chemistry. Right, yeah. And I think that we've got good chemistry here, and we three here at least work together. Just like, I think like the first season of S.E.T was when we were kind of discovering or just experimenting with our chemistry, and just how we interacted with each other, how we brought up subjects, and just our little quirks and stuff. But I think that, circumstances change. And another thing I say, or I'm more, I don't know, what's the word? I place more emphasis on is like when, let's say, to use a music example, like a band can persist despite losing some founding members, like we did. Like kind of like, we lost two, but then we brought on another, and we still, we're still, at the top of our game. And I think that's like a sign of like, it's about the, I don't know, their whole mission versus, and that was a thing, because my favorite band, Sabaton, the singer and the bassist are the only original members. Everyone else changed, but the band still continued to produce great music, and that's just a sign of like persevering through adversity, through like disruptions and everything. And I think we've done that really well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Any more?
Yeah.
Excuse you.
I was just gonna say, actually, what a lot of you guys have said is kind of true. As conversationists, as orators, as just general chemistry, you guys have definitely melded well. You got to know each other, and this kind of comes with that. You had a project, you worked together, you learned how to connect and talk. And absolutely. By the way, on the band trading reference, I guarantee you just traded up fucking Pete Townsend for the Who for Tommy Morello when you got fucking Naka. Like I cannot emphasize enough how much of an upgrade Naka was from me. Like I like when on myself, he was just straight up there for you, and he was so dedicated. And I was doing
it's like when Volbeat picked up Rob Caggiano. From Anthrax. And suddenly their solos are amazing.
Naka, there's a question I wanted to ask. Why did you watch our show? Like, what made you want to watch our show, and why did you get into it?
I mean, 2015, 2016, I was kind of finding out more stuff about myself. That was around the time when I became a furry. for one. For two,
Applause. Absolutely.
Yes.
I was getting more
one
and
of
more
us. Google gobble. One of us. We accept you. One of us.
I was experimenting. It's like, this looks like, because my initial followings was like it was you, Shutter, a couple other people, and it's like you were tweeting about, hey, you got a show, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I'll give this a watch, and then I just got hooked somehow. It's like, for me, it was stuff. I can kind of compare it to more recent memories of me getting hooked onto things like Trailer Park Boys and Letterkenny, where I'm just like, hey, this is a great show. I want, I'm gonna keep watching.
Shithawks, Randy, I am the liquor.
Shit.
I love that show so much.
But that's that was kind of my main thing. It's like, you know what? It gives me something to do when my parents are watching Game of Thrones, and I'm just like, I don't care about dragons and sex with dragons. I don't know what Game of Thrones is about.
It's incest.
I mean, you're
Not sex with dragons. Not dragon incest, but just
No, that's
no,
Rick and Morty.
I should probably stop saying that word.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
If you say it a third time, you summon the YouTube Beetlejuice that will ban you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little tiny tad bit off topic here, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't know about you guys, but the fact that people have bought stocks from GameStop and the billionaires are losing so much money just makes me super happy.
I enjoy it too, but I'm already sad about the changes that are already kind of undoing what has happened. Granted, even a few
what happened?
billionaires made it. Have you not heard about the Robin Hood thing?
What Robin Hood? You mean the story?
No,
Wall
this
Street?
is this is like a stock trading app for common plebeians like
Are you?
ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Plebeians.
So basically,
right.
what
I forgot
happened is
about
that the CEO prevented people from buying stocks from GameStop, giving them only the option to sell, and the SEC basically said, no, you can't do that. Sorry.
The SEC.
Oh.
Yeah. So so come Monday, I'm expecting something very, very drastic to happen with GameStop since their stock market is apparently open Monday through Friday. That's what happens when you decide to have your companies be owned by hedge funds. We get to turn the tables on you. How do you like it? So
We're the hedge reference.
Excellent.
yes.
Thank you, by the way. I've been trying to find a way to make that joke, and I couldn't make it sick. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Zach.
But
All right. I think we interrupted. Someone was in the middle. I think it was not.
Shutter, you were about to say
Shutter.
something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Actually, I hate to be such an ass, but I've been drinking a lot of fluids today. I need to go use the washroom, so
No
please
worries,
continue.
man.
Please continue.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead and
I need
go ahead
away.
and talk about the next question, Zach.
Put
Sure
away
thing.
your peepers.
I watched
Look, if
you.
you
It's a
put it
demon
away
on there.
midstream, it's going to be a bathroom disaster. You can't ask me to do
Ew.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you, Alt Radiant Zero, for correcting me because I'm by virtue of my dad, I am a Florida Gators fan, which is why we had a little bit of a rapport with our good friend Zachary over here, who was employed by Florida State.
Who's
asked me?
Seminoles?
Who's like, whose ass we have kicked, and we would have kicked this year if not for the non-interconference play kind of deal going on. But still, cares are better. Security and Exchange Commission. I didn't. SEC. Just if you say that to me, I'm like, oh yeah, Southeast Conference. Gators,
So-
Bama, all that shit.
Yeah. So you had questions that you wanted to ask, Zach, right?
Yes. So the next thing, again, I'm kind of compiling these because I just want to make sure we have enough time. So I guess I can combine these two, which kind of works pretty well. So the show's evolved. We're not going to deny that. What do you think things could do, or what do you think there are things that you can do better for the future of the show? What is something you wish that you did before that would have been better for the show, and what do you think you can go from here? And how long do you think you'll be able to continue?
You know what? Selling out. As far as I hate saying it, but definitely selling out is probably what I'm probably is what we plan on doing, and what this means
Get
is
that Muns.
Well, it's more so the fact that we want to get, we may have to sell out and get, I guess I hate to say this word, Popufers on our show, and have interviews with them, and it's one of the fact that we want
Jonas Scott on your show. Don't start with saying, I would reject. Fuck off. Hold on. But yeah, that's fair.
Get this guy a fucking poppers.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, that's a logical way to go to get more discovery made and to get more viral advertisement. Absolutely.
And here's the thing. I don't even like selling out, but I know that if I do it, people will come.
With me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's how it works, and typical stuff. And Naka, what did you have to say?
What was the question again? I came back during the middle of Zach asking the question.
Yeah, that's right. You were in the middle of a pee break. So I kind of, if you look at a certain few, I kind of combine them, which is basically, what do you think that you could do better for the future? And how do you think the show is going to continue?
Honestly, what I would like to do, at least from a production standpoint, is hopefully eventually things will quiet down in the house, especially I can't really control what happens during football season, but the primary thing with me is that I hope to solve this within the next couple of years, maybe, hopefully, is move my setup, because I have 3 monitors. I'm use a dinner table as my desk.
Mm-hmm. I have an antique table here that we've set in our hallway. Yeah, it's like my laptop, a foot of space on the left for my mic, and a foot of space on the right for my mouse. That's what it is.
I have 3. I have a big setup. I have a racing wheel that I can move over to the side, but the problem is I can't fit this. I can't fit my setup in my room because I have a big dresser and I have a big bed, because I like sleeping in a big bed. Gotta say, it's very nice. And
as a 6'4" person, I do agree, but for different reasons, probably.
And unfortunately, the space that my setup is in, I literally walk 3 feet to my right. It's stairs. There's no door. It's all open. And my desk is leaned up against the wall that kind of is plateaued. And that just leads downstairs to the garage. And sound travels through the hallways pretty easily. To my left is a door to the hallways where the bedrooms are that I can close, but it doesn't keep out all the sound. So that would be nice if I would be able to move this into an enclosed space. But can't really do that right now for a multitude of reasons.
So how loud do I have to yell obscenities for the rest of the house to hear through your headphones? That's my question.
I'm
kidding.
I have actually very, very good hearing. I do know that my sister and her roommate are here. They're making dinner tonight, and I can hear them talk with my mom and my dad right now. But you cannot hear that. I can hear that. You guys cannot, because thankfully I have the audio settings fine-tuned. So you don't hear that, but especially during football season, you hear things like my dad shouting.
That's what, for you with your dad, that's like me with my mom watching tennis. You'll just hear a yes, and that's also me watching hockey, admittedly, because I'm a big Capitals fan, and just whenever I see a goal, it's just yeah.
I need to give you voice meter, Naka. It changes everything about the show. Everything.
Naka's got it pretty well fine-tuned, but yeah, I'm using voice meter right now. Voice meter is stupid useful.
It's so good.
Another thing that I would like personally is to eventually get an Elgato Stream Deck, so I can just push a button.
Hell yeah.
So I could just push a button and it would do the slides. I wouldn't have to reach over to my keyboard and push a couple buttons to transition slides. That would just make things easier for me, and I can just push a button. I'm taking a page out of somebody who I've been following for about 9, 10, 11 years, Mr. Arrow HD, Keenan Kusin, who has just a bunch of random like memes on his stream deck that he can just push and it'll play a video on stream. And it's admittedly quite fun because whenever it's somebody's birthday, he's just like, birthday, and pushes like 6 of them at once. And I mean, I kind of have something like that where I have stuff bound to my number pad for SoundPad, but I don't have that open because it requires Steam to be open. I could launch it in offline mode, but that's just a hassle. So that would very much easier let me just have sounds bound to the Stream Deck. It helps streamline things from a production standpoint. I could transition slides. I could just kind of control stuff with
right
with just that. And like I don't really have to use my mouse to like copy and paste things over for when we have our regular shows.
Well, I kind of have that same issue with that you have. I'm not gonna fucking plug my own shit because that's tacky, but just like like I have to hit the left control. No, I had to. That's good. I have to hit the left control and all the numpad buttons to change scenes for my Streamlabs, and it's not terrible. It kind of works as a broke bitch's Elgato, if you will. Like, so I totally get the want for something like that also has the images, because there's times where I'm like, oh shit, is this scene on Control Numpad 7 or Control Numpad 8? And then I gotta kind of like, flounder around for a hot second or two, and it's just not great. So I totally get those wants.
Yeah. Anyway.
And Krüz? I don't think Krüz got the answer. Does Krüz remember the question?
No.
I appreciate
You've been talking about shit so long that I forgot what the question was.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, I totally trust me. If I didn't have it,
It depends on how drunk Krüz is at the moment, or both of you.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say, hold on.
Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like I don't know, 3.
On a scale to 1 to Booze Wolf or Boo.
It's like horse, the basketball game. You gotta fill in the letters. I'm at Boo.
Hey guys, you know that Kiri is actually from Poland. He lives in Poland.
Yeah, there was I think I don't know if it was this past one or the one before it, but there was a time where we had to try to butcher a bunch of Polish names. I'm like, oh god, if Kiri was here, like he'd be able to save us from like.
Well, that was last week.
Yeah, it was last week. Okay,
last week or 2 weeks ago, dude.
I don't know which one, because when you do this for 100 episodes, they start to blur together.
Yeah.
But just so many letters together, and I say this and I think, oh man, Polish is no joke. But I've also lived in Hungary, and their language is completely bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have good beer.
Great beer. So, do you want the question again? Or do you want me to move on to the next question? My plan is now, if you say the next question, I'm just going to start with you, because I feel like being at the end of it isn't very fair.
Yeah. Was it what you've taken from it?
Sort of. It was so if I remember correctly, because now I'm having trouble remembering. It was what do you think you'd do better from the future, and how long do you think the show will be able to continue?
I think
what will be better for the podcast in the future, and what do you think it will help it continue?
What has happened, and this has all been gradual over the years, is we changed our format. We changed instead of just being a backdrop of just us four stationary, just staring into oblivion, we started doing visuals, and that was a whole thing that changed our whole format. Now, more recently, to talk about Kiri again, we had these transition graphics that were just, oh my god, buttery smooth. Mm-hmm. And I think that we experimented also with trying to
incorporate actual movie trailers, but then the companies were like, haha, no.
Yeah, but then we were smited by the YouTube gods, and that was that. Yep. So, but just continuing to just not being complacent, I think, is what we've done. We can change up things, we can add new things, as we get more comfortable with it, and I'm definitely feel pretty comfortable with it now. You might notice that sometimes I just stop talking, is my brain just buffers sometimes, but
yeah.
I feel like I'm able to recollect my thoughts quicker, and obviously having a script, or not, it's not really a script, but just like talking points helps.
Yeah.
But practicing that is practicing talking to a microphone on a computer is something that is paid off with how I had to finish my college semester like at online, because our spring break was kind of like okay, we might get sent home for an extra 2 weeks. Okay, never mind. Actually, you just get your shit and get out. Just using these microphones, online formats, and all that stuff, talking to people, getting more used to that. I don't know.
Right.
This has helped prepare me for that.
It's different, isn't it? Like, to even whether it's on a podcast or on a live stage or anything, there's something about having to be like, hey, you can't hear me unless my face is this close to, let's call it what it looks like, a robo penis. Like, you got to get yourself just deep in that paint and just kind of like hope that you're projecting enough, and the sound tech crew or whatever has got the settings right. And it's a very weird thing, because
like on that microphone.
Yeah, basically, because like if my shit's all the way over here and I'm all the way over here, you can't hear crap. But it's a very like it is a trick. It's something you got to learn and get comfortable with, and then remembering where your spatial awareness is of your body, plus trying to be mentally present to the conversation, is not simple. So yeah, no, I totally get you.
All right, so I just want to make something clear. I know our co-hosts are I know that we're kind of holding our co-hosts a little bit hostage for now, because I wanted to get these questions done first, and then we can get to the questions that everyone wants that we can answer.
If you ever want to see Aaron Kitsune again, you will give us $10,000 in unmarked bills. No, okay, sorry, you said holding hostage. No, it's my first thought.
No. Yeah.
I bid $20,000.
Yes. But you know, I just wanted to make sure that you guys weren't bored. That's all. I was worried, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of, it's this.
Don't get bored, because if you're bored, I'll kill you.
I'm over here chatting on the YouTube.
So you know, just making sure. But yeah,
we'll be there in a sec. I'm combining questions for that reason. But fair.
Yes.
All right. So next, and again, I'm playing my combine trick. A lot of these kind of like flow together now that I'm looking at them. So yeah, okay. I can rock this really quick for you. So, you've done this podcast for 5 years. January 31st, 2016, January 31st, 2021, like Scarfy mentioned earlier. So you've grown a lot in that time. But what do you like, if you had to talk about just what all that means to you and what you think that this can do for you for your future, what do you like? How would you describe these 5 years? Maybe, you know, I'm going to make it even weirder and harder for you all, because Scarfy's crunching for time, so I'm going to crunch.
That's the way we take it.
Yeah, give me
weird and hard.
In one sentence, just give me like, or not one sentence, but like in less than a minute. I will say, give me what you have gained from these 5 years and how you hope it's going to help you in the future with careers and life.
Oh man, so I've learned so much in these past 5 years. I earned my degree. I learned how to basically really sell myself and really make sure that yes, I'm getting out there. Yes, I can do this. Hell, I even admitted to you guys that I use this as a portfolio, and you guys were kind of wrapped into the whole thing, so that, you know, we can make something, and we actually made something that is actually more fun, that isn't just a portfolio. Everyone wins, you know. And I earned my bachelor's degree in media theory and criticism at CSUN, and I am trying to now establish a career. I'm going out there. I just got my driver's permit. I'm going to go to driver's ed. I'm going to learn how to drive. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I am in it 100%. I feel like I've grown exponentially, not just, and I've grown mentally as well, because, you know, there's just so much going on in my mind, and just there were times where it was hard. It was really hard because I felt like, I will be able to incorporate I will basically use this as my say, yeah, I've done this, this, and this. I've done a podcast for 100 episodes. I can give you the link and I can do all that, and this will help me get out the door. So, I feel like I've done very, very well. Man, these 5 episodes, the one thing that I'm going to take from this episode, I think, is, well, just looking back at those 100 episodes, I think the one thing that I'm going to take back with is just the ability to be just kind of ready for the real world, you know what I'm getting at? Like, because the real world is very scary. It is very, very hard to do. And just, I was surprised I was able to get here. And that's really all I can say.
No,
so
that's fair. So that was
Yeah.
a minute 45 seconds, but I'm going to give the same amount of time for everybody else. All right, but that's a fair point. I think that's fair. And next we're going to
Lowering
go
expectations is what we do best.
I see that you also read my blog. Okay, so next up, Naka, I don't wish to be a shit, but because we've been doing this to kind of like Krüz, I'm going to give Krüz the next one. Is that okay with you, Naka? And then we'll move to you next.
Yeah.
So he's got the question fresh in his head. Do you have the question fresh in your head, Krüz? Do I need to repeat it? How drunk are you? Be honest.
It's gone from 3 to 3.2, but it's the what we've gained from it and like what we do in the future.
Last 5 years, what have you gained from it? How do you think it's going to help you in your real life and your future careers? And go.
Yeah, a lot of it is just getting into a rhythm of doing the activity, and talking about stuff that you love is really all well and fun, but you have to do research, put together a product, and like distribute it by voice. And the practice of that, here's the thing, because I want to engage with history, and because I graduated as a history major.
Right.
And I follow World War II on YouTube, and they are counting, following World War II in real time, but just like now we're in 1942, just like to cover the events as they happen. But to have the podcast experience, I think, is valuable to me for any future pursuits that I might want to do. And as I said before, it's helped connect me more with music and be more aware and active in finding new music, which I have, benefited from because I like listening to good heavy metal. Just doing the benefit, the case in point is just doing this and talking about stuff, like getting into that rhythm and being prepared to present something. I think public speaking is a whole nother thing, but being prepared to deliver some kind of information by speech is, I think, a valuable thing in general. And that's what we've had to do these past 5 years, and I think that we've gotten better at it as time has gone on.
Yeah.
So what's my time?
You were just closed it, actually. You just got it. So I was also going to say, I feel like, so one thing I'm going to ask very quickly off brand, are you planning to go to teach history? Like, what do you want to do with history? Because I feel like oratory ability is absolutely essential for being a professor or a teacher or anything, or just giving lectures on things you've discovered in your research. So I could see that being connecting. What do you want to do with history? Just if you don't mind my asking. I've never asked you that.
Well, actually, very recently I've started an orientation course at an online Maryland college, because I graduated from a small school called McDaniel College, where the Baltimore Ravens used to hold their practices, formerly known as Western Maryland College, named after Western Maryland Railroad, founded in 1867. So I'm aiming to get a teaching degree just so I can get like a career founded. And but what I also want to do is like do my own kind of projects on stuff. What I've been interested in doing is I I was going to cover this, but I decided to. My decision changed simply because I was able to go and study in Budapest, which was a great experience. I got to see parts of Europe. Sadly, I did not. Yeah, I know. Sadly, I did not get to go to Poland, but we did get to go to the Czech Republic, Austria. I got to go to Germany again and visit some beer gardens. Oh my god, it was amazing. The just to have that experience, I thought was great, and that kind of influenced my choice of Capstone, which ended up being a 50-page behemoth on the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Right.
And but the second choice was about the Winter War between the Soviet Union and Finland, and like kind of interested in like that's one of those conflicts I'm interested in as like kind of in the periphery, but it was very significant in the war as a whole. So I also do want to write and produce my own content, whether it be because I mentioned World War II, the channel, and Time Ghost on YouTube, like producing content that you can just watch versus like formally writing a book.
Sure.
But teaching is also just a way to impart that knowledge onto other people, and I think that I have I'm able to relate to students. I mean, what my current job is I supervise some first graders like after hours and until they're picked up, and just being able to engage with them and like try to because I'm not in an instructional role, but I feel like I'm easing myself into a teaching role, and I think that's the best choice for me right now. And
Right.
yeah, so I would like teach. I feel like I'd be a good teacher. I'd be like the cool teacher,
Yeah.
And being a Sabaton fan, I would absolutely have a Sabaton songs being related to the course content. Yeah, that's
that.
a
That'd be an
long-winded
amazing
explanation of it.
You need to get your doctorate so you can teach in college, because that'd be an amazing course to take in college. History as it relates to Sabaton.
I feel like I might have to be a little bit older for that, but you know what?
Nah, bro, you just need a doctorate, which sucks. But move over to Naka. So Naka,
You know,
do you need
you know how sucks that is for you.
Do you know how much suck?
But remind me of the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I know we kind of trailed off. I just realized I never actually asked Krüz about this, and I was curious. That was for me, by the way, everyone on stream. Sorry that I'm being a self-fulfilling asshole. But the question was, so over the 5 years, you've obviously grown. Actually, I think I did that earlier. No, sorry, it was this one. It was so... What do you think through the 5 years of this podcast that you have learned and grown? How will that incorporate to your future, your personal life, your career? What do you think you're basically taking away from this podcast to go into the world with?
A lot of it is learning not to speak over each other. I try not to do that as much as possible. I hate when I do that. It makes me feel like a dick. Because that helps in your professional career, because speaking over each other, not the best way to go about things if you think about it. Especially if you're in kind of like a service industry like automotive, like I am.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta communicate with people good and be gooders about it. And don't be a big, large suck person at it. Also, like in a personal life, it's allowed me to have skills to maintain and continue relationships and make relationships, whether it be more personal or just more like, hey, let's hang out or whatever. And also a bit of my comedy motif, it's a lot of improv.
Right.
I'm going to point out I'm just going to point out something that's a little bit further. We're going to be talking about episode 69. Haha, that's the weed number.
Nice. Wait, 69. Wait, what? Hold on. What?
And, part of that is just hitting my head on my desk. Sometimes I just do that for a comedy bit, and people either do or don't laugh at it, but I don't care. It makes me laugh.
Wait, that's how? Was that your hand? That was your head?
That was my head hitting my desk. Not very hard, because I don't want to get a concussion.
Sweetie, protect your brain cells. I say as I drink, but go on.
I have only about 8 left. There's not a whole lot.
Preserve those 8.
Running on empty.
But a lot of it is just like it's intrapersonal skills that it's kind of hard for me to describe because, as it turns out, a couple years ago, I was diagnosed very late, as in like a couple weeks before I turned 20, that I'm an SP. So,
asshole. I got diagnosed with asshole.
No,
I make fun of that, but I also was diagnosed with that, so I can laugh at it. Shut up.
But a lot of I'm kind of utilizing the show as a way to help kind of learn about it and live and learn with it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's just and words sometimes are not my strong suit, especially when it comes to kind of more personal shit like this. I feel like people get like that,
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you're not wrong about that at all. I'm gonna pose one more question. I don't want this to be. I'm like, we'll start with Scarfy, but I feel like you guys, this will be the one that, as much as I'm gonna undo everything Naka just said, of the sense of not talking over each other. I feel you guys should be free to jump in with each other of ideas and thoughts. If someone says something that you're into, feel free to jump in. So the last one I'm gonna say is, say this was the last episode this podcast had. What would be your wish for this podcast, and would it be all worth it?
Okay, so my wish is that Krüz never ever goes to Hungary during a season ever again. Sorry, just have to get that out there, and I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say I would want this podcast. Give us a wiki for article. Give us a wiki for article. I've been waiting so long. I've waited for like 5 years for a wiki for article.
Is it possible for us to make one ourselves?
I don't want to
but
make.
it's not the same.
Are we allowed?
It's not the same. I want someone else to make it for us.
Oh no, Scarfy! Scarfy!
Expected.
Oh no, Scarfy! I fear you've come down with a case of the crumbles. I read it on Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia that anyone can edit.
Crumbles.
Oh God!
Hello, Gordon.
I'm gonna post a hashtag in the chat. Make set a wiki for article. There you go. I don't care who does it. I just want it done that isn't done by either three of us because it's not the same. But no, really.
I should make it done.
If you want to, you can. I don't really mind as long as it's not me. But don't.
BD did say not the three of us. We've got some other folks here who could, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
No, but really, my one wish for the podcast is that I want this podcast to continue. I really want this podcast to continue. Like I've been looking at career stuff, and I've been unfortunately trying to to balance that with also trying to make money off of it, and it's trying to make money, and it's like I want to do something that makes me happy, that that I can get paid to do. But at the same time, unfortunately, I have to be real. Subwuffer Entertainment just it doesn't pay the bills, but it would be cool if it did. It'd be really cool if it did. But it's one of those dreams where it's like, we got the quality stuff, but the marketing and everything that goes along with it, that is the meat and potatoes that I have a problem with, because marketing is everything. It does everything. It ties into everything. What you do, what you say, what's going to be on the show, what are you presenting? It's everything, and it's like I wish that I could do something like that. So yeah, make a wiki for article. That'd be great if someone could do that. But also, no, really, I would want this show to continue. I would want this show to continue.
Not to interrupt you guys, but Scarfy, this sounds like the perfect ad for you to go on to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh my god! I don't know how to interpret that.
That's. I mean, I'm not dead, so I don't think I'm not dying, so I don't think that would work. I don't
mean that. I don't mean that way.
I want to have.
Well, what? I mean, that is kind of Make-A-Wish's bag, dude.
I guess
I was kicked off forever.
I guess I can say something now about it. When I heard like if this was the last episode ever, it's like, would you say it was all worth it? I kind of had the flashback to the Thanos moment. It's like, what did it cost? Everything. It cost everything, but it was also worth everything. You know, I'm just saying this for me, but I'm not done. You know, I'm riding this train until we run out of rails. But just the journey so far has been. I mean, I could not have asked for better friends, better co-hosts to just because the co-hosts they're also my friends, just as Zach and I'm gonna say this partial aside, but I was like, oh, am I gonna be able to find him if I go to Megaplex? I pull up in the parking lot. He's the first motherfucker I see in my car. I'm like, oh, hi, I see you. I'm going to go park now.
So
amazing.
I would say this was all worth it. What would you say, Naka?
I mean, if I've been going for this long, you'd think it's kind of a trick question if you say, was it worth it? If I've been going for this long, it's probably yes. But I guess my one wish for the show is, and honestly the channel, is kind of diversify it a little bit, because admittedly I've been wanting to get more into streaming, and I have like a personal Twitch channel, but it's tough. Again, it's all marketing, and admittedly I kind of have plans for when we go into breaks and stuff now. Thanks to Kiri for providing me a visual that would help out for that. But it's just, I just want to keep creating content for you guys one way or another. That's all I kind of want to do.
I'm also
it's a hobby.
I also want to do that.
It's not necessarily like a job for me, but it's a hobby that I'm very passionate about,
Yeah. And I would say that that was great. So I guess it's time that we get into the very, 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 very fun part of the show now.
Yes, where everyone gets to talk.
Fuck.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the episodes that really stood out to us. One, that was our pilot episode. That's the one that we started up that came after the
Jesus
pilot episode. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then
that scared the piss out of me. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
What happened to you?
Kyle just donated $100.
Kyle, fucking champion.
What the
Yes,
hell?
God.
I need to log into Streamlabs because I just realized I wasn't logged in, and the audio didn't come over. Because I had that audio source muted, so I need to replay that. Did I just log into the wrong one? I did. Hold on.
Kyle has no regard for anyone else existing just because he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. God
There's a reason why he has a custom.
Leave some room for the other people, but we love you.
So I was wondering, wait, what the hell? Why is this playing? I'm gonna replay it. It scared the hell out of me. Oh man, thank you so very much, Kyle. Thank you very much. And now we can continue.
All right. Sorry about that. Is everyone here? Is everyone talking? Are all your mics hot? All right, cool.
Mics are hot.
I'm here.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so we're going to talk about. Excuse you. We're going to go ahead and talk about. Then we went to episode 3. That was when Scarfy became furry. This is all the order that appeared in the video that Kiri made for us. So I'm just briefly going over. Episode 4. That was our Zootopia review with Goodfellow, Shutterwolf, Hit Wink Wink Hint Hint, and Foxy. I love that episode so much. God, guys, like, what a great episode. Thank you for showing up. Let's see.
And didn't that one get flagged for not safe for work?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
I'm sorry.
If I remember correctly, was I still around for this pick? I feel like it was me and Shutter mostly just
you were
talking
still
about
around.
sexual
You were
shit.
still around, Zach.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing where it's like Shutter and I just bounced ideas off each other, and they were just totally NSFW.
Yeah, and then we had and then Aaron's gonna love this. Aaron is gonna love this one. We went to episode 9 with the Jungle Book review with the title "I Am Corn."
The birth of.
I think Corn started early, and it was. You know what? You kind of. Scarfy, I know that you're irritated about it, but you really, really brought it on yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cornly.
Stop.
Never.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
did that actually come from trying to disguise up another brand name that sounded like corn?
I did not know.
I still remember when Scarfy was like, "Guys, I don't want a corn counter. I don't want a counter."
and then we had episode 12. That was when Zach left the show. That was a very, very touching episode indeed. Very, very touching.
Yep.
And then we had episode 13. That was when we started off with Naka.
Hi,
episode
everybody.
Yeah, and then episode 15 is when we started to make Butters exotic again with Five Nights at Freddy's exotic.
Yeah, that was a meme. Thanks, Markiplier.
Yes, thanks, Markiplier. And then I bared my fangs in episode 19 when we were talking about Beauty and the Beast, followed by episode 23 when we do Love You, which was the second season of the end to the second season.
You hated the Beauty and the Beast remake. I hated it.
Oh, I do. I still do.
Like, that was visceral what you said in that episode.
Yes, and then episode 23 is the season where. This is where the where we kind of came up with the idea, like, yes, we'll have a chat to the side, but the pictures all like crunched up together. It's like, it's just unprofessional. And then, but we were kids at the time. We were kids. We were doing stuff that only kids could think
I was
of.
17, for God's sakes.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Wild.
Yes, and then we went back to with season 3 with Fjord Fest, because we actually had a Fjord who goes by Kortsuski now on our show just for a guest podcast. I guess I just saw a video with him with a couple of other furs who were talking about normies. I would link the video, but sadly it stars a person who's kind of an asshole, so I don't really think it's appropriate to link it here. So I'll probably just leave it out. Fair. And then
we had curiosity on who it is.
Yeah, and then we had Aaron Kitsune with Fangs of Love for Before Valentine's Day on episode 27. Great episode. I love that. That was such a good episode.
I believe that was the one where, yes, Aaron. First of all, it's weird. It's weird but cool that I had to meet you. I met you first when I knew you as Esto, and then I met you again later. Yeah, that was the first time. And like the match after that, it was like, but yeah, it just seems like you're genuinely a very caring and cool person. I
love Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron is
great.
Is a beautiful soul. I love her.
Oh, now you've got the meow star. Oh, you got it started.
And then we had and then we did the Beauty and the Beast episode review with Shudder. Goodfellow Shudder. Me and Kyle and Shudder know exactly what we're all talking about, but we're not going to tell you what exactly it is we're talking about. You'll just have to figure that out on your own, unless you really want to ask, but I'll go ahead and move on.
Spoilers!
Yes, spoilers. Anyway, we're going to move on, and then we went to season 4 with unnecessary explicit detail. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because we actually made an art for the show, a new art with us, posing with in suits, top hats, and a cane, and it was great. And this is where Softy Mallow gets in. She made the icon. She made the art for us, and it was just perfect. And that's when that's where I felt the show really. That was like the golden era right there, episode 38, and then we go to episode 44 with badgering Nazis, and is when we had Boozy Badger on our show. Let me tell you, Boozy Badger,
man, he's a character.
he is a character, but I gotta say this right now, and I mean this in the good sense. He is a Southern sweetheart. If you ever get the chance to meet him, please do yourself a favor. Go to one of his shows. Amazing guy.
I did.
Amazing.
I think
Wow.
I forget how many times, but I know he's honestly, you know, I wouldn't dox anyone, but I know that he seems to live on the eastern seaboard or
He lives
somewhere.
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yes, Pennsylvania.
Being that I live in Maryland, which is like we're neighbors, kind of the whole deal. I've been to he's made appearances at Furthermore and Philadelphia, and I've been to his panels and all that. I've talked to him. I told him who I was, like kind of like, hey, I'm the guy from that podcast of the group of idiots that talk to you and all that. He was like, oh hey, it's good to see you. And
Group of three region idiots.
That's pretty much how I understood. It's like, yeah, remember when you talked to this group of idiots about like music and shit? Yeah, but it's good to actually meet those people. I've met I was going to say now Kortsutsky. I met him before and after being Kortsutsky. I've met Foxy also at Megaplex and Zach at Megaplex. Man, Megaplex that year was a fucking party the whole way through, and it's probably one of the best cons I've ever been to, just because I had so much fun and I met a lot of people, or I just met so many good friends.
And then in the room with giant inflatable animals.
Yeah, we're not gonna. You know what? I'll keep your secret for you. What happens in the room stays in the room.
Yes, and then we had episode 50, which was the title was 50 Shades of Grey Wolves. Yeah, I know. That was our cornerstone point where we finally decided, yes, we are a podcast now. We can actually do something like this. Let's continue. And then we moved on to episode 52, 53. That was when I believe Weekend Wolf joined us. Yes, Weekend Wolf. Thank you so much for joining us on those episodes. Those were a lot of fun. Oh, you still, you can still do voices, right? I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, different voices.
Oh yeah.
Like that?
Oh yeah.
I can too. What do you want, a fucking medal?
What are your favorite voices to do? Weekend.
Oh jeez, I can't just choose one.
Okay. Let me Brain. No. Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
I mean, there was a thing.
Brain, but...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried.
There was a thing from when we were watching like Louder with Crowder, just like how he did how he was doing the the Tom Cruise actor, the McGuire. I don't know if that was the name, but just kind of like you have to think of words that they say, and they have to say them over and over, and they have to get into the mood of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like I just do whatever when I'm bored.
Can I just say really quick, just knowing this boy, because him and I have done some stuff together. If you want to see some fucking difference in them, I'll give you two things. Weekend, in 5 words or less, do your best Shaggy Rogers and your best Peter Griffin. Go.
Oh my god.
Like Scoob, that wasn't even 10% of my power.
Perfect. Next.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's fantastic.
Peter Griffin, go.
Holy crap! I can only do so many voices at one time.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Jesus Christ, dude! I mean, you fucking nailed it, dude.
Tell me, how did the pig trucks get on the ceiling?
Can you sing Shaboopy?
Shaboopy. That's Peter Griffin.
Yes.
Poop them.
Poop them. Anyway,
all I can do is the old men bit from Achievement Hunter. It's like, oh, look at this one, and they're pointing at a giant dildo. It's like, look at that Pokemon. It's called Gigantor. Oh, it's only a baby.
Oh no.
Episode 54 is where things get a little hazy because I had to take a break because I needed to work on myself, and then we went back to episode 56 where it was just nothing but a rant the episode. 56. Then we go to 58, which is Mother May I Furry. Now, Naka, I believe you have.
Good one.
I believe you have a slide to show us that you want to show us. Don't everyone put your attention on the screen, please.
It's going to take a couple seconds before it gets there. You got to remember that.
That's fine. I know. Replay. I'm going to go ahead and once it gets there, I'm going to go ahead and read the. Well, actually, Naka, why don't you go ahead and read what it has to say?
We were nervous, but excited way back in 2018 when we were interviewed by Subwuffer Entertainment. It was pretty early in our lives as the moms of furries. The team put us at ease, and we ended up having a great experience. Moms of Furries, Carrie and Joelle.
Yes, they are beautiful, beautiful people. If you ever get the chance to meet them, they usually are on the West Coast, for cons. I don't know if they'll ever go to the East Coast. I'm pretty sure they will. Hopefully, they would go to places. So, but yeah, great people. If you ever get the chance to see them, they're great. Wonderful ladies. All right. Yeah. We're gonna we're gonna go back, go ahead and go back to counting. We had 61, an unfresh coat of paint. Don't know why I included that. Actually, wait, yes I do.
That was when we got new art from Mallow.
Oh yeah, that was when we got new art from Mallow. Yeah,
yes.
That makes sense.
Also Mallow, I was able to meet the artist at Furrydelphia. That was the first Furrydelphia that there ever was, because I went there. That was 2017. It had to be that was the first year Furrydelphia was there. I wasn't able to attend 2018 because I wasn't in the area. I attended last year, and the theme was Celtic Knights that last year, which I was like, oh fuck yeah. But yes, I don't know. I'm not familiar with what pronouns or whatever that artist prefers to go by, but I met the artist. Very, very kind person, and very gracious that they did that art for us.
Yeah. We're gonna move episode 64, Super Wolf Mario 64. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's Nintendo 64. Haha, hee hee. And then we have episode 65, Never Again. We did a 4
hours.
Yes.
How did you survive?
I don't know what happened, but I guess we were just all
praying to the furry gods and performing a Norwegian sacrifice.
I honestly don't know what happened. I guess we were just wanting to talk.
We're speaking in tongues.
Way too slow. We were just speaking way too slow. I thought we needed to go faster. And
then again, I did spend 15 minutes talking about NASCAR and motorsports because that was November 18th. Yeah, I believe the NASCAR season had just wrapped up, so I'm just like, I'm going to talk about it. This is the last time of the year I'll talk about it. I spent 15 minutes on that. There's a reason why I keep those updates brief if I talk about them at all.
And to this day, we have vowed that we will never go over 4 hours ever again. It's worked out so far, so.
You know what's funny?
That's a long episode.
You know what's funny?
That was about the same length as one of the Lord of the Rings series trilogy, the extended version.
I was the one who got that for you, or Naka and Krüz and I were the one who got that for you, and you were very impressed by it, were you, Shutter?
Yep.
Like everything.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I watched it all in one sitting on the weekend.
Yeah, and
same here.
12 hours.
All 3 movies.
Yep.
I remember. Wow. I remember you said that your favorite part was the fact of the orcs that they had. That's all costume and makeup. None of that was CG. Most of it anyway. Like none of that was CG, and you're like, oh my god.
I love practical makeup.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, because I follow a channel that I've followed since before they hit 1 million, another like 4 or 5 million now. The Dead Meat, practical effects, they absolutely win the day. But when necessary and done well, CG effects can really help when situations where the practical effects really can't reach it, and also.
Episode 68 is where Naka bears his fangs, and he gets all angry when they announce that there's a Frozen 2 trailer. And I remember him just like really going at it.
Pissed.
Angry.
Like I
You almost had to call an exorcist.
Yeah. I was also gonna say I forgot what I was gonna say, but then I remembered. I'm less more in response to Weekend, I guess. I'm less about mimicking. Well, I can mimic. I have a habit of like parroting things I hear and like talking in those accents. Like when I was in Europe, I like had this weird habit of talking in like a broken English accent, but I like just making my own voices up like in styles of characters that I know less so than mimicking them as their sound. But that's just
yeah. And then we had episode 69. Nice.
That's the weed number.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next number. Episode 70. Fatal furries and Subwuffer. And for whatever reason, I just love the fact that Naka just said fatal fury, and I always went, you fatal furry, and he would just went like, no.
It's like shut the fuck up.
That just sounds.
We're sorry, you have been diagnosed with furry, and sorry, it's fatal.
I like that. I like that meme. Like you have been. I diagnose you with dead.
And then we move on to episode 74, Rest in Piss China.
That was the start when I was.
Oh my god! He had some choice words to say, and rightfully so.
Yes, you had some choice words to say about what happened with Blitzchung, did you?
Yeah, and I still have some very choice words about that situation. Not necessarily Blitzchung, but what Blitzchung was trying to protest and stuff like that. I have many words, but now is not the time.
Yes. We're going to move on to our next episode, episode 76. That was, we did a post-commentary episode where we had to skip over 76 and move on to 77 because our internet wasn't working. And then we had episode, you were going to say it, Naka?
Yeah, episode 76. That was not a good time.
No. Almost like the Fallout game.
But I mean, ironic enough that we had Fallout 76 style of episode on episode 76.
Yeah.
And then we had episode 82, where we had Jonas Scott from Beastars interviewed on our show.
Everybody's jaws hit the floor that day.
Motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Hit the floor twice, actually.
Yes, and
it's like, want to see me hit 1K? Want to see me do it again?
Do it again?
It has the most views out of any other video that we have done so far. The most views. I remember telling Naka I wanted to well, Naka, why don't you go ahead and tell the story?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so I said that I wanted to get Jonas Scott on the show. And
then that's right. And yeah. I said, it's like I made a bet because I wasn't necessarily too interested in watching Beastars at this time because I'm not an anime kind of guy. But I said, you know what? And this is gentleman's agreement. I will watch Season 1 of Beastars when it comes out, or right around when it comes out, in preparation if you get Jonas Scott on the show. And son of a bitch, he got Jonas Scott on the show. And you know what? I enjoyed my time watching Beastars.
Yes. Guys, what do you think about Beastars? Did you just... Legoshi is... I want to give him a hug. Just,
want to do more than give him a hug.
Tall, lanky boy hug.
I'm sorry, but I'm all for Deer Boy.
Louis?
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like Louis is one of the characters is like kind of an asshole, but then like gives you a reason to not think he's an asshole. And not gonna spoil anything, but like each character has their own reason for doing things. But just like shoving your hand down someone's gob. What do you expect from that?
Look, man, you don't have to kink shame him, all right?
but yeah, the fact, but it was more so the bet where Naka would stop talking about how long my movie segments are because Naka didn't understand the movie segments are probably the most relatable out of any of the subjects that we talk
because they go on for like 7 or 8 pages back then.
The thing is that Scarfy,
They were
a little. Let's peel the curtain on the fourth wall for a little bit. Scarfy tends to write more about the movies, like it writes down all the information more so than I do, because what I just do is I write down the crucial information, like talking points I want to say, and then I go from there. And I don't just write out word for word whatever I am planning to say, because I've had multiple instances where I just say sentences from my script out of order, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just wrap it up and go from there. So yeah, that's that.
Oh man, I for the couple of times I subbed for Scarfy, yeah, it was like Krüz, you only had like an index card. Naka had maybe like a few games, and then Scarfy just hands me this encyclopedia of every movie that was
You don't need to read the essay. You just need to watch the trailers and then just like pay attention and nod and be like,
Yeah, it's like you're getting Like, I totally agree with you, Shitter. It was like when I made my little brief appearance the one time earlier. It's like, okay, let's see what we're doing with. And it goes Scarfy section. It's like a whole dissertation.
So
no wonder you didn't have time for college.
Every movie made since 1932.
Not really, but it was just more so that I write fast and they're the most relatable, and I talk. It's really just my words appearing out in front of the text. So
also, let's admit one thing, Scarfy. This is what you love. You love and want to go into, and you're like a lot of what your life and your passion and your wants are cinema. So like video games for me, made for Naka, we're like, it's a fun thing I like to do. Krüz, I do like music, but want history. Scarfy is like, you straight up, you eat, breathe, and shit movies. It is like, it is what you do. So so you have a passion for it. So you're going to write more. You're going to go further in depth because that's what you care about.
Yes.
It's like every time Scarfy goes to the bathroom, he takes a dump. It's a different movie.
Do you doubt that my diet does not consist entirely of heavy fucking metal?
And around this time, of episode 82, this is where we had, COVID, and unfortunately, it's still a thing to this day. We're still trying to get out of it, all that good stuff, and and then we move on to episode 86. Guys, this is where
we got our current art style.
Yes, we got our current art style. We got our current art style, and everything changed, and then. Episode 88 is when we tried to stream movie trailers on our live stream.
What an attempt. What an attempt.
I know, it was such an attempt. It's like, but other people do it too, and nothing happens to them, so why is it happening to me? It's like...
Because we're furries.
To us, not just you.
I know, to them. Right, to us, right.
But
I got it.
Can I will mention there also is a weird art to it. You have to change the dimensions so the visual things don't get clicked. You have to put songs over. You have to do all sorts of weird shit. And even then, if you use too much of it, people will be down your throat. Copyright law. It's
so dumb because I got into I got into a discussion with a couple of film execs about this. And it's more so the fact that a lot of people are saying that the law is severely outdated. It's actually not true. It's actually really, really good. It's more so the fact that companies like certain ISPs or something, or people on YouTube, they get these very, very low end like third party choices where if they just see, they don't like get the best of the best, machines that say this is copyrighted material, so it doesn't know when it's one thing to look at. It's one thing if you're posting a trailer or reacting to a trailer on the internet, but it's a whole different story entirely when you're posting the entire movie on the internet. So it's like, why? Like, it doesn't. I'm still trying to figure it out. Guys. So
welcome to tech.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Episodes 91. So episode 91 was when we one was when Biden was the president was elected president of the United
Right,
States.
right.
And I'm like, and I was like, oh my God, everything.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say all my fears just kind of washed away, but there was just a gentle easiness that just kind of flowed over me.
Just
Yes.
one big orange fear.
What was that?
I was saying just one big orange fear was washed away.
Yes, that was.
Orange fear was washed away from
We
the
got
entire
this-
freaking world.
Here's the thing: the orange.
jeez.
Like everyone talks about the orange, and I look at him like it really just is the lighting. It depends on the lighting.
I thought you were gonna say he's an amber, really.
Oh.
I mean, episode 91, that was when Chase Elliott became NASCAR Cup Series champion at Phoenix. That's what I remember that episode for.
Nice.
Hmm.
And
For
then
you,
we
Naka.
went-
Good for you.
Then we went to episode 96. That was when Kiri decided to give us holiday visuals for Christmas, and we just decided to use it for that week, and it was great. I was so glad that we did get to use it. I was so glad that we did use it because, you know, we talked about how this week is ending. And then we move on to episode 99, where we go one more time around, and we
Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, the Capital
great.
One.
So,
Capital One, the official sponsor of the Washington Capitals.
So, for reference, Credit One Bank is a sponsor of NASCAR.
Yeah.
The TV stations are required, like it's contractually obligated that they stay a sponsor if they say on the final lap it's one more time. It's like the final lap or it's one more time around. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Yeah.
And then episode 99, we had episode 99, and we're finally here, guys. We are finally here. So
Looks like we made it.
Episode 100.
episode
It's
100,
a long
so-
time. I feel like it's
Right.
I feel like it's appropriate to reference this song because we were forced to take it down from another video, and this was when Malcolm Young passed away. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. That was the song I chose for that stream.
Or started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
So
You think
Zach,
it's
have-
easy doing one night stand? Try playing in a rock roll band.
So Zach, you
wow.
you have questions to ask people, don't you?
Oh
Yes, I
boy.
do. Hey, Naka?
Okay.
Yes,
Hey,
what?
Naka.
And the light on our face. This is interrogation time.
Sorry, I need Naka for that. Naka?
Yeah.
Can you plug the teleprompter back in, please?
Teleprompter's been up, dude. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Okay.
He's just telling you to get out of the way. He's just telling you to get out of the way.
What do you mean it's not working?
Get out of the way.
Figure this shit out. This was your job.
Teleprompter's been up, dude. I don't know. Can you not read? Are you allergic to reading?
Wait, I get paid. Wait, hold on.
Are you allergic to reading?
Noises!
All right, it's serious.
Yes,
So-
yes.
This is going out to Arabata. Arabata gets the play. So,
Okay.
to all of you here, what was your favorite episode that you guys have either watched or been a part of S.E.T? And by everybody, I mean all S.E.T's original 3 right here. Debate. But not original. Sorry, 3. Sorry, the functioning 3. I'm not going to incorporate myself or all the rest of us.
But this
So, what was your favorite episode and why?
My favorite episode has to be the one with Jonah Scott. That's my favorite episode.
Hell yeah,
without a
brother.
doubt. Without a
Yeah.
doubt.
I'm gonna say, like, to supplement that, I think that just there were 2 things that made that special. The first thing was that holy fuck, it's a legit voice actor, Jonah Scott. The second thing was that holy shit, Scarfy, the madman that he is, booked this guy
Yeah.
for time worth of a full stream. Like, dude, I wouldn't have had the balls to do that. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I want to jump on your thing really quick. Yeah, that's true. Scarfy, the amount of fucking testicular fortitude you've had to approach some of the people you did is buck wild to me. Like, I would never think to invite these people to my thing because I would think, like, they have better fucking shit to do. You're like, fuck it. Why not ask? It's super nuts.
Like,
I'm all for that.
I want some pizza.
And for the record, guys, I'm going for Ben Diskin next season. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's the next logical goal. And I mean, it would be great to talk to that guy, but I think that for Scarfy, just that in and of itself was like, you messaged us. I think you messaged Naka and I to say, like, oh yeah, we have booked time for this motherfucker. The legacy. Are you fucking serious, dude? I'm like, holy fucking shit! Like, do I hug you? Do I punch you? Do I kiss you? I don't know, man.
Do I give you a handy? Do I give you a blowy? What am I supposed to do?
Do I give you a spot of kiss?
Well, technically, we couldn't do. Well, technically, you couldn't do any of those things because of COVID, but it didn't matter because our show is always.
Yeah, I know. I know. You know what I mean. But it was just like, here's the thing. It starts with you, dude. The vision to like just the audacity to do that. I mean,
yeah.
Some people think like they won't fucking pay attention to me, but you are more persistent than I guess some other people are, and it pays off. And we got to have a really great conversation with him. We got to just talk about voice acting and just random shit. And I think it was a great.
He got to read us lines, which was great that we gave him.
Yeah, I mean, I decided to say, like, you know what, just speak these lines from this band called Black Fast about like the fucking apocalypse, and he just says this with this like cold confidence, and it's just like, oh my god, dude, you're like. Are you a descendant of Edgar Allan Poe? Like, come on.
Just
talk.
It was a great time, and I think that I really applaud Scarfy for that. Like, just like, not only just like willing to do that, but willing to stick with it. And I think that it really was a confidence booster for all of us, just to like say like we got that under our belt, and we've talked we at it with the big boys and all that shit, we out here.
Yeah, we do what we do.
And
Naka, what was your favorite episode?
I'm gonna go with it's technically not an episode, but it was, you remember back November 3rd, 2018? You remember what we did that day?
I don't remember that day.
That was
party.
Is that the
Basement Con.
Basement Con? Yep.
Oh shit!
Basement. Oh yeah. Basement Con. That's correct. We did do Basement Con.
I remember that. I remember myself screaming because there was one time, and let me just vent here. There was one time where it was that one map in Mario Kart Deluxe where so the Chain Chomp jumps out onto the track, and then he moves back to reposition himself. So when he jumped out, I was behind him, and I got pulled back as he was moving back, and I just screamed, "He's pulling me off the track!" Like at the top of my lungs, and I'm like, and then Naka or some said like, "Oh, the salt is flowing now."
And
the reason why I say that instead of our Jonah Scott episode is because we raised a lot of fucking money for charity that day.
Oh yeah, because of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, seriously.
No, drop the 500.
Can we take a moment to just suck that dong for a second? Kyle, you generous like, again, not gonna plug my own shit, but on here on set, on my stuff, on RPO stuff, I've seen Kyle drop money for causes, just for the people he loves. Like, thank you for being a sugar daddy MVP, Kyle. Like, seriously. My God, like I've told so many people that Kyle is legit like a legend. Like,
an amazing person.
There's a reason why I've given him the role Moneyman69 in the Discord.
Yeah. Well,
he's a sugar godfather.
The other thing that's wild to me about Kyle is like Kyle doesn't obviously need to do that. All of us still have fun just having Kyle participate, be part of the chat, just be there. We appreciate you so much. And then you're just like, as a sneak right hook, here's money. And it's like, oh, Lordy. Like there's just that moment of it's just like, oh my gosh, why are you so
Here's some stimulus money.
Oh my gosh. If you okay.
Yeah. I got a better one. Kyle money shot chance.
Kyle, if you're not doing anything better, you're welcome to a money shot all over me, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
Let me just pause, interject here for a second there. But when I was still in high school, I could managed my baseball team. And as you know, if you're part of a sports thingamajiggy, generally everyone gets a nickname. And I shit you not, back, I think it was my senior year of 2011, the pop song that came out was famous at the time was Shots, Everybody. Everyone changed it.
Let me pause you for a quick second, and let me just tell you that during most of my high school experience, that was all that was the only thing our drumline would play. That's it.
Well, anyway, to finish up that story, I think his name was Brandon Schlittig, one of my friends on the team, but somehow got into his mind to incorporate as you can see in the Discord chat, my real last name, switch it to say Shots, Everybody.
That's perfect.
The Mad Lad.
So guys, what were your favorite episodes? Shutter, Aaron,
Onions.
Weekend, Zach?
Oh,
Oh my!
Mine would probably be the one that Naka did with the My Summer Cars.
The My Summer Car streams when Scarfy was like, "I need a break for a bit." Yeah, the drunken escapades were fun.
My Summer Car is a great game because
those were actually fun. For the legitimate episodes though, the one that really stood out to me most was when we did the episode on Zootopia, the review.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
My very first episode of watching.
The episode that we did with Foxy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was 2016. That was a momentous moment, not just for the fandom, but just also for us.
Yeah.
Especially because considering that 2016, despite Zootopia and despite some interesting movies coming out, 2016 was a very, very shitty year.
Actually,
that's why we're losing all the big name actors and talent and everything.
I will say this before you say it's like, oh, it's all shitty year. 2015-16 was a historic year because, and I'll tell you why. The big four of thrash metal, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, and Anthrax, there are very few times where they have all come out with an album at the same time. The last was like 1990, 1991.
Yep.
And so 2015, 2016 was the last time that happened, and it was proved to be the last time for Slayer because Slayer actually retired after that. I have seen Slayer in 2017 and 2018. Gary Holt actually flicked a pic directly into my eye, but I've collected it, thankfully. The only
It's worth the eye patch.
Yeah, it was the only name of the big four I have not collected as a show. I've not seen in a concert venue was Megadeth, and that was one of the ones that was canceled by COVID-19 because there was going to be a Trivium Megadeth In Flames like massive show, and then that got canceled, and but
go on.
There's a lot of fun shit I got to find. Just oh my god, that's it.
Oh yeah, and then
Gushing, I'm just gushing over my fine. I'm just gushing over the times I had, and yeah, seeing Slayer and Anthrax in the same show was just fucking amazing. And you know what? It's gonna be great when we're able to have
Hey, who changed my name?
fully have
Hold on. What are we talking about?
Who changed my name?
Corn dog.
live concerts back.
Gunner, I swear to God, I think it was you.
That was priceless.
My God! I'm equally mad at whoever did that, not because of Scarfy's integrity, I love you, dear, but because I'm so fucking hungry.
There you
I
go.
was talking the whole time. It wasn't fucking me.
There you go. I fixed it.
Type.
I fixed it.
Aaron,
God.
were you gonna say something about 2016? Were you gonna say something about that year, Aaron?
It was a pretty shitty year.
That's funny.
There's one thing I did that year that I'm proud of.
Dawn?
That too. Okay, there's two things I'm proud of. One is I met Dawn, and that was great. But the other thing is I came out of the closet.
Yes, that was
That's
amazing.
right.
That was
That was
2016.
4 years ago?
Yeah. Let me say this, because this is relevant. The first time I had become aware of your existence was A&E 2016. That was when I was 2016 was when I was living in New England. And I met you at I think I ran into you at literally at the revolving doors. I'm like, oh,
You did.
you're this
Yep.
Esto, you're this person. Yeah.
Yep.
You remember? Past that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm, here's long story short, I fully respect your journey, the whole finding yourself and everything. That because someone in my family, being my sister, has gone through it, and she has trying to find herself, and she's rescued a dog, and she's working, she's become independent, and all that. But just I'm really just happy to see that not only as you've done well, but you've found someone cares about you and all that, and Dawn, and that's just what that was all about. But I think we met at I think it was 2018 not Megaplex, fucking Anthrocon and all that. Just it's some other time in the before times. The year doesn't matter. It's the before times as far as anyone's concerned. But I'm really glad that you've found someone who cares about you, and just the furry community and everything. Just saw that you're a real great influence on that, and I think Renegade Rue also is, and just these people, all these people producing positivity and all that. Just it's great to have you all around.
Yeah,
it's great to have just have any relationship with you. Just have any reason to know who you are. It's man, we're humbled for that.
And we should be. Aaron has been a sweetheart back when you were the dead name of Esto, but just in general, you've always been such a kind and supportive human being. It does obviously you are who you are. You are female. You have always been female. But regardless of any of that, just your presence has always been such a kind, considerate person who has been doing well by others and wants to do well by others, and we thank you for that. I'm now going to be an asshole and do a Jim Carrey and go, I'm moving on. But
yes,
thank you for
yes. So, what was your favorite episode, Zach? I don't know if you answer this, but
have we caught everybody else? I will answer now, but I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to talk. Is anyone else not talking about their favorite episode or that wants to? If you haven't, but you don't have one that you want to talk about, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not running over people.
Well, I wouldn't.
Hella biased. Go, go, Foxy, go.
So go.
I would go ahead and say it was a Zootopia episode. And did I hear that somebody said that actually got flagged for NSFW?
Yeah. It did.
got age-gated?
That wasn't
I didn't know. I didn't know that was going to happen. I should have been not gushing over Nick so much.
It's no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. Hold on. Okay, not your fault. Not your fault. We swear like fucking sailors, dude. But just like how it's like, what's the threshold? A lot of it is like visual and audio, but also just like what did we do to piss off the YouTube gods of Susan Wojcicki?
Hold on, Krüz. I have something to say. Now, Foxy, when you say gushing,
is it from the mouth or from the pants?
I don't know.
It'll be both. What does that even mean?
I don't think we got flagged as not safe for work, but it was in the title in parentheses.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, Aaron, again, join me in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
I also promise to protect the secrets of those involved, so I'm not going to disclose certain information.
Does anyone else want to talk? Or
sure, I will.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, do what? Okay,
Do it. Yes.
for my first, let me review the question real quick here. I'd say there's a lot of really great episodes that I've only been a part of, like on this, only part of 2, but like just watching so many great Wonderverse moments throughout the years of this. I would say the one that really sticks out to me was it's like everyone seems to join the boat here. The Zootopia episode. I've co-hosted with Aaron Kitsune, but biggest reason why it really stands out was because
I don't think Aaron was a part of that episode.
Anyway, it was one of the episodes that had Aaron in it. It was around that time, but
I think I know which one you're going for.
Yeah. Thanks, Scarfy. Thanks, but it was during this one episode that Aaron was a part of, and I got up the courage to. It was like the next day after the set, I got up the courage to become a furry.
Are you talking about episode 27?
That's right. Oh shit, that would be the one. I think it's 27. Let me look at that really quick. 27 is Fangs of Love with Aaron Kitsune. I think it's the only one that had Aaron Kitsune
Yes,
on
it was.
this one.
That was it. Yeah.
Hey, our longtime friend Cody has just popped into
Cody!
Cody!
Box! Oh my god!
Yes, sir. Let's fucking go.
Cody, I missed you so much. Don't all he's done is VR and work. I'm sorry. I understand work is important, but Cody, I missed you so much. Don't stop watching our shows.
We love
Cody,
you, friend.
Watch this as much as you want. Just let me know when you're at a con. I'm going to, because I do want to give you a hug. You're just a sweetheart, like in the show and outside the show. You've always.
Oh, he's gone to the Mao. He's gone straight to Aaron. Aaron, can you communicate? Can you communicate with this fool?
Where am I looking?
He's taking all the strawberries.
Aaron,
it's not Wimbledon, you fool!
Aaron, they're asking you to meow.
There you have it.
Aaron, did I?
The magic conch has spoken.
Did I ever mention to you, Aaron, that I met the nigga Aaron?
No.
Yeah. To let you know, they have a message for you.
What?
It's.
What the fuck is happening?
It's just an inhaled meow. It's terrible.
What
Anyway.
the heck was that?
Also, they did steal my dreams in 20 years of my life, so I expect that in back payment. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how Kyle became a furry, apparently.
Well, that was us. It was that.
Yeah, so we
I'll
inspired
tell you
you
how
to-
I became a furry.
So Kyle, what is your opinion on now being a furry? And have your parents seen your fursuit? I'm just curious.
Your fursuit's fucking adorable, by the way. It was so awesome.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little fun fact of all the original set guys. I want to meet all of you desperately, but so far the only one I've happened to bump into at BLFC 19 is Zaki Boy.
Wait, BLC. Wait, Scarfy, weren't you at BLC?
No, I was at BLFC in 2016. I did not go to BLFC afterwards. It's been a while. I do want to go back though, because BLFC is a great.
Been a while.
Homie,
BLFC 26.
Whoa, let's back up. So really quick, Kyle, you met me at BLFC, right?
Yeah, 2019. We met on the stage. Luna,
Right.
I introduced myself to Luna, and Luna had to bring you Shiny over.
Yes, I remember this. I've only ever been to BLFC once, and I met Scarfy. Where did I meet you?
I met you at
MFF.
MFF. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, whoa, wait a second. Okay, yeah, that was MFF. You're right. Okay.
And it was a very, very touching reunion because I really wanted to meet you, but you're not really the sentimental type like I am. But...
you're far more in touch with your emotions. I'm far more drunk. So yeah.
it's kind of funny. It's fun. It's kind of funny because whenever I say, Zach, you're too drunk, you just hold your beer and you go, yeah.
Yes, sir. That reminds me of one thing. Because as a history major, I'm going to talk about a guy who loved alcohol, and his name was Winston Churchill. It's just like when
and booze. Sorry.
When someone said some woman or someone it was I believe it was a woman who said to him like, "You are drunk," and he said, "Yes, and when I am sober, you will still be ugly." something like that. It's just like, oh my,
vicious as hell.
That's
vicious.
Cody says he met Aaron at FWA.
Yes. That did happen.
Man,
I remember that.
I didn't get my ass in Atlanta because I've been to Florida a ton of times, but I've never been to FWA.
It's a fun one.
It's
just because like travel habits. Because my family, a lot of my family lives in like the Tampa area and all that. Just I'm familiar with traveling down to the area, but being able to go to these other areas, like I think the other area that I was more focused on was MFF, like Rosemont in Chicago. Like just going there. Like I think that was the next one because in 2018 Megaplex was the one where I'm like, okay, holy shit, this is a new con because the reason I was able to go to Megaplex in 2018 was because I was also working at a metalworking internship in Florida in 2018. I was living with my relatives, but just
sorry to interrupt real quick.
in the post-COVID world. Yeah, go ahead. In the post-COVID world, happy to do all that shit. Do normal human reaction shit to be like, oh my gosh, reacting to normal human shit.
Mm-hmm. So, I think you have another question to ask us, Zach.
Sorry, that's me laying my dick on the table. All right,
I'm
cool.
sorry,
So we're gonna
what?
move on to the next thing. You heard it. Also, ow! Please get me some ice. So,
Okay.
I feel like we actually wrapped up a lot with speaking of wrapping and managing, but we've wrapped up a lot with the what was your favorite episode, which kind of shuffles into the next two things. But if someone has a better idea or something they want to say of favorite season or Subwuffer moment, feel free. But I feel like there's a fourth question along the line that's actually a lot more pertinent. I will also say, really quick, from my end, my favorite episode that I've ever done with you guys was actually the first episode because I knew there was chemistry. I knew there was possibility. My second favorite episode was the one I left because I believed in you all. And we also kind of knew at the time, soon after, that we had Naka on the line. He was going to make this so much better than it should have been. And then after that was Jonas because, again, I don't know how Scarfy walks with those balls between his legs, but goddamn, the fact that he just
balls
went out
between somebody's legs.
Yeah, Scarfy was just like, I'm going to ask Jonas Scott if he wants to be part of a podcast, and he came on. And
Them
Scarfy
bollocks.
I assume Scarfy was doing the running man in place just because his testicles were South Park style too large for him to move. But it's just
Guys,
like, Jesus, man.
Guys, I just did what anyone else should do. Ask politely.
So what question are we on right now?
We are now on balls. We're now on
favorite subwoofer moment. Favorite subwoofer moment and season.
If you all want, I feel you answered that already with your episode choices. But if you have something sidelined, go for that. I was actually going to go to the fourth.
My favorite season is season 5, even though we had that big hiatus in it, because we still got to do podcasts, but I also got to do entertainment streams and other shit in the meantime to still provide content, which I plan on doing whenever we go on breaks from the show because it keeps me busy. I like entertaining people. But I think favorite moment, besides the episode, the unofficial episode of Basement Con, gotta be Jonas Scott.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I know. And as for you, what about you, Krüz? Your favorite moment, subwoofer moment?
I think that, probably easy to pick as a favorite, but I think that in general, the way that not only that you had arranged for Jonas Scott to talk with us on the podcast, but also that we had a whole show. I think that was my favorite experience of the whole thing because it's like pick between going to like Disneyland and then going to Disneyland again and then going to Disneyland again. It's like, how can it get any better? I don't know, but just I think that the whole experience with Jonas Scott and the interview we did, I think that was just the most fun we as a whole that we've ever had. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
I mean, just like I wish all the best for Jonas Scott in the future, and just man, that was just so much fun, dude.
Don't worry, he'll probably pick up a fucking bit part in Husband Hotel and be good to go.
We'll see what happens. I mean, he also has season 2 of Beastars to film, so
to dub, not film. It's an anime.
What? I don't care. Same difference. You know what I'm talking about.
No. Give me a second. Hold on, I'm not letting this go. Scarfy, how dare you? You're in cinema.
Hold the fuck up.
It's fucking skewed.
I just really okay. You need to understand. I just get really tired when Naka tries to correct me all the time.
I mean, in fairness,
well,
I feel
the French.
I know there's a difference. Don't worry. I know there's.
I was just saying. I feel like Naka has
almost made Zach drop his booze. That's scary.
Yeah,
I did drop it in my liver.
Yeah, you know what?
What would you have to say is your favorite subwoofer moment? Shutter, Weekend, Kyle, Aaron.
As far as the
Foxy
favorite moment, actually, I know there's been a lot of mentions about the Jonas Scott episode, and I know when that episode came on, I only caught part of it because at that time I was still working from home, or on Sundays, and it was an incident that happened at work or during work, so I got taken away from the episode and lost the other half, unfortunately. But I mean, it's amazing you can pull that off. But it's pretty much the episodes I really like the most are the ones where you have the special guests like Boozy Badger, Renegade,
yes,
Aaron Itsoon, and of course Foxy at the time, and that type of stuff. All these folks, and it guest kind of made help the episode too.
God damn it, Cody. Sorry.
You do.
Yeah, well, as I said, a lot of this you foisted on yourself.
Hey, Aaron,
But
are
I
you
think
there?
that
I want to know what
Aaron,
Aaron's
you're on
favorite
mute.
moment was. Yeah, Aaron's on mute, I think.
It's like
Yeah,
a Zoom
she
call.
is.
We do this all the time
Yes.
at work.
She's back.
Oh, we want to know what your favorite moment was in Subwoofer and being part of the episodes.
Oh my god. There's just so much. I'm just proud of you all for actually keeping this going for 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. And then you get to that moment, you go to 100 more after that.
Aaron, can I just say I'm really proud of you for not saying I like the part where they talked about corn for a really long time.
That's a Game Grumps bit.
Yeah, as a fellow Game
I
Grumps
do have
watcher,
pictures
yeah, I know.
of Fox Poo at corn, so...
Wait. Can they have
the
Fox?
Yeah. I'm aware of the Fox Poo, but you know what? You got to give a little when you take a little. You know what I mean?
Aaron, I love you so much. Can you please talk to Set and have them interview Fox Poo? Because I feel Fox Poo seems some shit. I would love to
That's
hear
what I
Fox
mean.
Poo's
Go really well.
thoughts about the world.
Oh,
Maybe for an April Fool's episode. We'll see.
Okay, so
Okay,
you mean
I'm
April
game.
Poos?
Whatever.
Oh, no. Should I get the army
Yeah,
with them, too?
Fox Poo will be our talisman.
I have like 20 of them.
Fox Poo's going to make the episode is interesting. Like Fox Poo did very well navigating us up to when Furball Strikes in
That's
2019.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Fox
right.
Poo, I mean, we're supposed to have to Seattle, and when suddenly we're driving off towards Mount St. Helens, and it's like, wait, we're not supposed to go this way.
It's because the Poo abides.
Yeah,
Wow, very nice fucking.
Who was the navigator?
God, what's that
Kyle,
movie?
Reference? I don't know.
Yeah, the dude.
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski. Big
Thank you.
Lebowski.
Nice Big Lebowski reference.
Oh, we're Animani, totally insane. Fuck
you, lady.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad I made that. Hold on, I'm gonna put that on. Hold on. Okay, this.
Oh God. I don't want us to get flagged. I don't want us to get flagged, dude.
Ah, you're right.
That or Zach's
fuck off, you fucking pussy.
Thank you.
That or Zach's version.
To me?
What?
Sorry,
That or
you
Zach's version of doing this like Ranamini, Tully City. Oh shit, it's Wayne Brady.
Scarfy, I will also say, in all of my years of YouTube and Twitch, I have not been flagged or removed. The shit I say is baffling. You're fine.
Here's the thing.
I don't want our
Listen.
stream to go down just because we're playing a stream from Animaniacs. That's my biggest concern.
I don't want to, I don't want to brag or anything, but like, you know
who
what?
the hell is changing
I
my
could
name?
probably, you know what? I could make it worse.
Why are you changing my name, Naka?
All the words that I could say, you know what? I could make all the words.
Don't
worse,
ask me.
Oh no!
Oh, boy.
You know what? That's none of my business.
Hey,
Who remembers?
You told me to.
oh, you guys.
Someone done messed up.
We
Who
have
remembers early on when we had I think it was
Beautiful.
do it again. When
what's that?
we had $1 billion baby that like literally sabotaged
boy.
the videos.
Yeah, it was
$1
episode
billion
3 that got
boy.
sabotaged.
It was
That got
it was
sabotaged.
$1 billion boy, the fucking cunt. I mean, what?
Episode 3.
Oh man!
Well, speaking of flied, but no, that wouldn't get you flied. But no, like the
You know
weirdest
what?
thing I think was doing those episodes with you. I know you. My opinion doesn't really matter, but I was gonna say really quick, like my favorite things, moments in set was actually doing those the side videos with you guys. Like I love. First of all, I will say my favorite video without me, if I'm not stroking my own wang, is you guys with Jonas Scott. The fact that you got him on, the fact that you guys were incredibly professional, got him to laugh and smile and have fun, built a beautiful culture of people and got so many views. That was the proudest I've ever been of you boys. You guys, like, holy shit. You guys not only did what I expected, you surpassed it.
It was kind of funny because I was on I feel like this was the one episode where I was a little on the harsh side with Naka and Krüz because I told them, guys, I don't think you realize what we're dealing with here. We have to be professional. We have to make this work. And they immediately understood that we needed to do that.
Brother,
Like,
I knew because I was down south
when the fucking shit happened, dude. Also, just like
Naka, what do you have to say?
Krüz, you just went surf for California on me. Sorry, go ahead, Naka.
I can actually kind of turn a dial where I can go pee pee poo poo bum bum, and then immediately flip a switch and be like, yes, welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about this, and this. Also donate to our Streamlabs and feel free to join the Discord.
Look, let me continue to just stroke your wangs of pride together at the same time. Don't ask where the third arm is coming from. It doesn't matter. The point is, you brought this guy who is fantastic, who's well-renowned. You were willing to bring him in. You talked with him. Were very professional, had fun at the same time. He felt welcome. He discussed different things with you. It was
had 100 people. Had 100 people watching, by the way.
Yeah, you guys did amazing. Aside from that, honestly, my favorite moments in set, even though they weren't episodes, were honestly filming the hey, here's why $1 Billion Boy is a bitch, and the little video.
SC stands for con.
And the little video of me leaving, not because like, oh, boo-hoo, Boo's leaving. Fuck that guy, he's an asshole. But it was more the fact that it's like, I got to do these fun things with people, and it also brought Naka into the show, which again, I can't stroke your wang enough. You did so much with so little so quickly. You brought a lot, and it's not to downplay Scarfy or Krüz. You're both amazing people. You've both done very well. You're well researched. You're just ready to go. But the fact that you guys had Naka come in, you guys melded so well is astounding. It's so lucky and so wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done flating y'all. What are we doing?
We're discussing more questions. Yeah, we have a couple more questions we need to ask.
Right.
We'll ask the questions then.
Being quizzed.
Ask them, you fool. All right. So, have I done the 5-1, Scarfy? No, we were talking about favorite Stephen and Subwuffer for a moment. All right, so
we've done that.
Right. So, listen, everybody, and this feels like a loaded question, so I'm not actually going to combine this one because if I do, it's going to get lost in shit. I'm going to read this one verbatim. Actually, what has been? Sorry, you have written this weird, and I'm trying to process it. What has
been like these past? Yeah.
What has it been like?
What has it? There we go. There's an it missing.
Yes.
What has it been like these past 5 years for each of you? Teleprompter man, fix your shit. What has it been like these past 5 years for each of you? Naka, I'm holding you accountable.
I didn't write this.
What's it been like for all of you for the last 5 years while the show's been around? What have been some major events in your life, and also trying to keep your head above water given these past 5 years? Like for every single person here, just this is straight up the last 5 years. Tie it in a show where you can, but how crazy has this last half decade been?
Wow. Just the amount.
Wow.
Just like, damn, like we actually survived a fucking Trump administration, first off. Secondly is the fact that, we just like I did so much. I had to I've been dealing with a lot of issues on my own that I don't freely talk about on the show because it's very, very personal for me. And the fact that I was able to get all this done is very, very insightful. I still have much, much more to do. I don't know if you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it because I wanted everyone to know if they haven't already known. I live in a group home. I haven't really had a whole lot of contact with certain family members because of how they have treated me in the past and how I've had to evolve to a point where I needed to be the person that I wanted to be and not have people have expectations of me for what they want of me. I need to do what makes me happy, and I can't have people in the way getting in the way of that. And there was a lot of tough times, and there are certain people who don't even know what I've done. They don't know that I've graduated. They don't know that I do this podcast. They don't know that I am a furry. They don't know that I have friends all across the United States. They and it's very, very hard because I had nowhere to I wasn't allowed to be myself, and I was thankfully given a place where I could finally be myself. However, it was not the most ideal. There's a lot of sacrifices that I had to give up. There were certain things that I am hoping that I can get back again hopefully in the next few years once I establish a career, get a car, and hopefully move out. It's been it's been a journey, to say the least, and I'm really trying to get to a place where I can be loved and accepted with friends and be a part of what we're currently being a part of, because it was hard. It was really, really hard, and there are times where I wish I could be in someone else's shoes.
And sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I say, honey, can I just say, like, you're there. You've met amazing people who support you and love you for who you are. Don't.
I'm gonna say, like, we love you, baby. Man, come on.
We love you, babe. Come on, girl. Yeah.
Well, we come a long way.
What were you? Thank you. What were you gonna say? Any guest members here or anything like that?
All of you. I mean, we want all of you to talk because you know what? Live on
wouldn't be here without you guys.
Oh
I mean,
God,
Scarfy
so
has come
much.
a long ways. I mean, I met him at BLFC in 2016, and he's a fantastic guy, and he got me introduced to the show, and I've been honored to serve as a guest host on a couple of episodes and stuff, and I mean, especially with Subwuffer Entertainment, getting some new friends.
Yeah, grip it.
I met Scarfy, and then I've met Naka up at one of the when Furball Strikes several years ago, and then Aaron Kitsoon just a couple of years ago, or 2019. We're going up to when Furball Strikes as well.
That was fun.
So it was, it was a good adventure. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and one of my friends, Suppy Wolf, went up with us too that day, and in the past 5 years for me, I've got my ups and downs. People who follow me on Twitter probably obviously have seen it, and it's it's kind of a challenge, but and I mean the friendships I've made and also lost over the years. It's what life is.
It's hard, but I tell you this every time you kind of get into those ruts, and this not only applies to you, Shelter, but it applies to everybody, but you are loved. There are people who care about you.
Oh, yeah.
There are people who reach out to you. I mean, I don't do it, the reason why I reach out every time you feel down and respond to your sad tweets is because I want to help you, and I want to help my friends, and it's I've struggled with it in the past, and I'm going to kind of segue this into my own thing, but, where people necessarily haven't been able to be there for me one way or another, even, good friends, because shit, they're busy. They have other things they need to take care of, but I want to be there to help my friends and my family, because that's the kind of person who I want to be, is just, it's helping people, cheering people up, being there, being somebody to just bitch at. You can rant and rave, and I'll stay there and listen. Even if it's just like baseless conjecture, it's like you're pissed off about something, I'll be there. Like, the only reason why I wouldn't respond is because I'm a dumbass and I didn't see it, or
dumbass, you have shit to do, like you said, build lives.
But I'll get back to you. I'm not gonna blow you off.
Go ahead, Zach.
So I was gonna say, it's actually on this note. Can I just say, first of all, Naka, fuck, you're such a beautiful human being. Second of all, sure, like those same feelings, like, so I don't mean to get deeper, like this is all about that, because it's not, but it's like I deal with anxiety and depression a lot, so I get those moments where it's like it's late at night, I don't have anyone to talk to, and the demons are speaking bullshit at me. Like, it sucks, and I always feel bad when I'm not like there to chat with you. And I think one of the weirdest but most like healthy relationships I've seen is the fact that like Naka is there to chat with you, or you're there to chat with Naka, or any of that stuff. Like, you do so much good in the world between your website and your photography and just like you as a person. You're such an influence of good, and I can't even imagine how hard it is to be like, to not have that always, not even always, but not have that recognized all the time, because there's just so much garbage on Twitter and the internet that the good things you do aren't seen. And
I want to go ahead.
And I totally understand too that I mean, social media, I mean especially over in the past 4 years has been an absolute dumpster fire, just because of the nature of the conversation with the discussions that were going on. I mean, it was a less friendly place, and I can see where some platforms have just became so toxic it actually drove people away.
Yeah. I will have to say there were times while I was doing this episode where I remember there was one, I want to say it was 2017, where I was struggling really mentally with myself, my sexual identity, and all these other things. I've contemplated suicide a couple times. And I was able to. Some people were able to show me that it's okay to be who you are, and you have to. You can't really resist who you are. And I've gone to therapy, pretty much many times. I'm just a human being, guys. I'm not perfect. We are infallible human beings, and I felt. I'm kind of glad I stuck around, because I wouldn't be able to do any of this, and I wouldn't have been able to.
You know what? I'm glad that I stuck around. Glad you stuck around, because fucking, like, dude. You know what? Just, like, sometimes it happens. Like, you feel like you're at the ends of the rope, and you feel like there's nothing else for you, but just. At that point, you're just like, you know what? At that point, that's where you gotta consider, like, all the friends you have all the people you have around you. Just like, and you know what? That's the thing with Subwuffer Entertainment. Just like we've all been, you know, I've been the sole representative of the Eastern time zone and all that. Just like, you know what? Just
repping the East Coast, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
But you know what?
Yep.
That's how it be, bro.
Anything that was there something you wanted to say, Zach?
No, but I think he nailed a lot of those points. The one thing I want to say is that this is a weird thing. I'm gonna get really fucking Hallmark commercial, whatever. But it's like, to everybody listening, to everybody here, it's like, thank you for existing, living. Like, there's it might be shitty of me to believe, but I believe that over 99% of the population has considered suicide one way or another, has been broken, hurting, scared, anxious, confused, didn't know what to do, and thought that maybe I shouldn't be here. And the fact that you're all here is wonderful. You didn't give up, you pushed through, and every human being that's encountered you, whether you want to believe it or not, has been happier for it. People, if there's some people that were shitty to you, that sucks, but they were happier because it got to be shitty to somebody. And to the majority, and I guarantee you it's a majority of people who met you and liked you and were glad to have your company, they got to meet someone who made them feel real. Don't ever pretend that doesn't matter.
So true.
Now I'm going to get done with my fucking dare bullshit. Let's go back to the show.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't really get to.
Like a goddamn Need for Speed movie, by the way, guys. So just be prepared for that.
I didn't really necessarily get to say how I've been able to keep my head up the past 5 years. I struggled a lot. Like, I struggled throughout high school a lot. Even in college in 2018, my cat passed away, and I had known him all my life. Oof. But
I'm sorry.
I was able to get through that. You know, I've had points in my life where I've had serious mental breakdowns where, you know, not to get dark, where I have contemplated and I've scared myself nearly to death because I would, you know, there was a point where I'd start, you know, steering towards light poles and stuff because I wanted to hurt myself, but I realized that it was not healthy for me. It was scary. And I was
right, of course.
I've had lovely support from my family, even if it feels like they, you know, they're dragging on me. It's just, I love my friends. I love my family. I love everybody who's been there for me in times of need. And, you know, even if I've declined, you know, somebody reaching out to me, the fact that they reached out to me it means a lot. And, you know, I've just, you know, I've dealt with, you know, a lot of complex emotions the past 5 years, and admittedly not a lot of it had to do with the presidency that we lived through. I don't know how I was able to just tune a lot of that out. It's because my brain works.
You're lucky.
Ways, I guess.
Yeah.
I couldn't tune any of that off. It was just
yeah.
And I mean,
Naka, you just remind me of one thing. Yeah. You just remind me of one thing too. Over the past 5 years, that I did lose my dog. He passed in November 2019.
So did.
And this was just right after I got back from Anthro Northwest, and that's the situation on that was it was just right on the tail end of Anthro Northwest at checkout. Got a call from the brain center, and something was just not right with the dog, and took him in the vet, and it just situation got worse. And
yeah, I think that
I'm so sorry.
That happened to me too, because man, I've had so many years where me and my dog, just my little boo boo, we're just like, this is what it was for so many years. Man, to say goodbye. I mean, it was really hard. It was emotional, and it was a hard time, and yeah, it was difficult. Just to say goodbye to a pet you've had for so long.
Yep.
That's what happened, and man, but she's I believe that she's we've had so much fun with her, and God, it was just so much fun with her that we had, and man,
yeah.
Yeah, it always hurts to.
It's hard to say, but just like
all of love,
man, it's hard to say that like you lost a dog. It's like,
yeah.
Man, she was just the sweetest little dog. Oh God, we loved her so much.
How about you, Kyle? Weekend.
So we go.
What has happened in the past 5 years for you?
I love you all, and Weekend's already messaged me. I don't know if you want to ask Weekend what's been up, because
it's a lot of heavy shit,
yeah,
I assume.
It's been pretty heavy.
Yeah, very heavy. Just in a few days, so
yeah, no, it's best to leave that unsaid if it's pretty heavy. Like, we don't want to force people into saying things on our behalf, because
but I will also say on the side, Weekend, congrats on raising so much for it. Thank you for doing that.
Holy shit, yeah.
You're a beautiful human being for doing that. All right. Other shit. No one needs to know about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just what's been going on in the past 5 years, anything great, anything happy, anything, just all that.
I mean,
good
I
stuff.
got to see one of my favorite drivers win a Cup Series championship. That's not in person, mind you, but I got to witness one of my favorite drivers win a Cup Series title in 2017. I got to go to a NASCAR race in 2017. That was big for me.
Cool.
I did too.
I know, we just talked a lot about the negatives, but some positives. I graduated high school. I hated that place. That place can go die in a fucking fire. But with nobody in there. I don't want people to suffer because of my blind hatred of high school. No, that's bad. I don't want to hurt people. The fact that I finished one of the programs that I went through in college. I started another one that ties into my career. That's good, even through some tough shit. Gotta say. But, it's... I've done a lot of things with my friends, both, on here, in other streams and, videos and stuff, and in real life. I, even through all the bad that some of my family members have gone through, I still saw it. I still see the good out of it, and I do things for my family members to help them. Not because, it tries to cheer them up, but it makes me happy to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, which is a bit of a cheesy statement, I know, yes, but I'm a firm believer of it.
100 shout-outs to Tucker.
Yeah, he's downstairs. He's with other people right now.
Justin Tucker.
Thank God, Tucker.
Oh, yeah. And when you hear Tucker.
And I really want to thank my parents for putting up with my bullshit on Sundays. They don't have to. They could have just said, no, fuck you, you're not doing this. But they did. They said yes. And I really can't thank them enough for that.
They're good people.
Anyone else for the 5 years, the past 5 years, that anything positive,
Also, you do know that that's a fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Theater show.
Wait, what?
The past 5 years, it's a show.
Oh no, I've never.
I thought it was an interview question.
Yeah, that was an interview question. I've never heard of that show before in my life. Yeah,
that's her. But who else? He's right. Who else had stuff?
Well, the past 5 years, I actually just thought about it. And yeah, it's actually been 5 years. So, in December of 2015, I actually was terminated from a pretty decently paying job that I actually had left college the first time to go for. When I say high paying, it wasn't like extravagant, but it was enough to basically live off of. When I lost that job and I got pretty much blackballed. Finding another job in the area, doing what I did. I was a sales and operations manager for a large scale moving company. And time went on and on. In fact, when I did the Zootopia episode, I was between jobs. I had, very positive experience being on the show. Kind of getting my mind off of, oh my God, how am I going to pay bills the next month? And since then, I've been working at the same place. I've been working at a retail or more of a wholesale store. Started as a cashier, making less than $10 an hour, and I'm now the director of human resources for that store. Tried to go get my degree. Trying to get my degree, going very slow because been screwed by the community college and then the university on top of that. So it's going extremely slow, but making progress. And that's pretty much been uneventful until just recently when, I was deathly ill in the hospital for diabetes complications that I didn't even know I had. And of course, losing my mother on just Tuesday. So,
yeah.
Oh, bueno.
So sorry.
Here's the thing. Like, we all understand the situation that each of us is under. Each of us is
You're Krüz, you're kind of rambling. I'm sorry.
I kind of blah 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 blah. But what I wanted to say is that there's one instance where I was man. Oh man, we had
I think what Krüz is trying to say is that he understands and everything that's going on, and yeah. Zach, is there I mean, I think we kind of already. Mushroom. Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just typical stuff that we've been dealing with. Oh God. So Zach is gone. Naka, is there anything going on with you or currently out right now?
What was up?
Did you go take a dump or something?
He's had his schlong on the table forever.
I am
so
uncertain.
So
uncertain on the poop.
Next question.
But we should probably continue.
We're moving on to the next question.
It's been 3 hours.
Right, cool.
Yeah, you're 3 hours.
I'm not complaining, though. I'm not complaining.
So you're gonna try and get to 4 hours?
No.
All right.
No, please.
I mean, yeah, suffer again.
Technically 4 hours doesn't begin until 8:30, so we have plenty of time. So keep going.
I have what I want to eat, and I have school tomorrow. I'd like to relax a little bit after this.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not hit 8:30. Let's go. Continue.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
So there's 2 more questions I have. You start a howl.
One me.
All right.
Give me your money.
So I love you, Scarfy. I'm looking at the teleprompter. I'm skipping the next question because you already admitted you're interested in selling out. So,
Yes.
what is one thing that you want Subwuffer to try and do to further better the show for next time? And is there anything else you want to talk about going forward? Which I feel kind of coincide.
Well, I do want to continue the show, but I actually do have something that I want to announce, and it's
right.
very important. After this episode, I think I'm gonna go join Zach a little bit. You know, go out and see the world, since he left in episode 12, and I kind of want to do that a little bit, and I want to.
Wait, what?
So it's Zach left in episode 12, and he left the show in episode 12, and he kind of left to go see the world. It's just playful terms. We're not saying that actually happened.
In fairness, I kind of did.
Yeah.
But go on.
And I kind of want to follow in his shoes, in that I'm probably going to work on myself for a little bit. I want to learn how to drive. I want to get my driver's license. I want to establish my career. I want to get out of this godforsaken place that I live. I want to do all of this, and I want to read books, and I want to watch movies, and I want to do all this, and yeah. This is
Scarfy. Sorry, go ahead.
This is pretty much what I want to do, you know.
Can I just say, I hope you do better than I did, because when I said I need to leave and go spread my wings, Homeboy's wings got clipped. I'm still in Tallahassee. So if you're planning to go to new places and new horizons, I'm working on it, Aaron. I'm trying to apply for jobs in fucking Philadelphia and shit. I'm working on it, but I'm still stuck.
Should have just fallen shiny, Zach.
If there was a job for me, I would have.
I do want to comment about Scarfy's thing, and you know what? If you think it's time that you want to take a pretty long break from this, you can. The door's always going to be open for you, bud. But that doesn't mean that this show's going away.
Right.
Krüz and I, and we're kind of working things out behind the scenes, but this channel is not going to remain dormant while Scarfy takes his personal journey.
Yeah. Let me re-utter a phrase back in my old set days, see if I can do justice. Set
here's the
is
thing.
certainly not dead.
Yes, but here's the thing. I don't want to miss a episode of Set without you. I still want to continue to do the show. It's just I have to choose between what's going to make me money versus what's going to make me happy.
There's shit you gotta do.
That is this thing of life, right?
Yes, and it's life, and I'm trying to do all that, and yeah. So I'm just trying to figure it all out, and I think I want to read books. I want to watch movies. I want to watch a ton of movies. I want to learn more. I'm not going to go to. I'm not going back to the university because that's not an option for me, sadly. And I don't want to be in here anymore because I kind of want to be where I really want to go. So
there's shit you gotta do.
There is shit I got to do, and that is. But I don't want to miss an episode, and yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
So we're probably not going to do like one of these official episodes for a long while, but
yes,
there are inner workings behind the scenes to provide content, kind of like what we did in previous hiatuses, but this time incorporate Krüz and other people, not just me. Like
behind the distillery.
Cool.
Yeah. Can I just say that, like, from what all of you have learned and gained from the podcast, and you guys have talked about this while we were chatting about what you've gained and what knowledge you have. Going on the absolute fatalist point of things, like, let's say this is the bomb that separates Set. I am less worried about the idea. It's like, oh, you guys will never do a stream together again, as opposed to it's like, I'm curious to see what they can all do. Like, you all have knowledge, skills, expertise, confidence. I could see Krüz being like, yo, I'm doing like the old drunken history channel. It could be like, yo, I'm doing a music drunk history channel about how music relates to actual concepts in history. Naka, I could see you doing a bunch of things about video game releases over the course of you doing racing games or other things. Scarfy, I could see jumping into the world of film and stuff and going back and doing fucking cinematography level, not biography, is what I'm looking for, where you do deep research into how films are made and what things are going on. There's a word for it.
Yeah, and there's a word for it. Production.
I can't remember. Yeah,
producer.
Like I can see all of you jumping out. Like, and I don't want to wish this on this channel. If this was the last episode of S.E.T, the weird thing is there might be some people who go, it's like, oh no, S.E.T's done, and these people are just dead in the water. It's like, it's far from done, but it's like, even if you guys jump into your own things on the side, you guys would be able to make fucking monumental creations on your own with whatever group you pull together, and it would be fantastic.
I mean, we all have access to this channel one way or another. We can, like we are still the core. Like, we might not necessarily get together, the three of us, for a while, but two of us, one of us doing kind of solo stuff, or other people would be joining in as guests. That includes everybody here present.
Yay.
But
also, really quickly, Naka?
Yes?
Do you have access to the YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's how I'm doing this, you know? I'm
Great.
doing
That's cool. Pull me and Shudra's fucking banner off there. That's an old fucking lead. That's an old kingdom. That doesn't need to be on there anymore. Put yourself on there. You've done so much goddamn work.
I'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
Yeah.
We'll definitely I smell food.
On there.
I'm being distracted by food. I'm sorry.
I know that life.
But yeah, that is what I want to do. I think I'm going to follow in Zach's footsteps, not literally, because again, he's told me before he's made poor life choices.
I do. Do not drink like I do.
I did.
Yeah, Krüz, fix yourself. No, go on.
Yes. No. But yeah, I think this has been one of the best episodes I've ever had on our show. For 100 episodes, nothing will compare to this episode ever. We've done.
Go ahead,
I was gonna say, I think that all of you have done amazing work here. Like, it's this weird thing. It's like you're a founding member, so blah 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 blah. I didn't do shit. I jumped in and looked up the new games coming in and spoke my piece, and then ran away in the corner and said some drunken bullshit things. I bullshit. That's what I do. That's what I will always do. I'm good at bullshitting. But y'all, like Naka, took deep digs into games. Krüz took deep digs into music. Scarfy's life is movies, and I don't mean that as in like there's nothing more to you movies, but you do love and care about movies. You guys worked super hard on this, and you developed so many skills, so much confidence, so much strength. I'm not going to lie. I am honestly proud of all of you all, and I don't have a right to say that because I'm not your parents. I'm not someone who governs your life, but it amazes me how much you guys, through adversity, because, well, we're not going to lie to the stream. You guys have had fights. You guys have gotten angry at each other. You guys have had unprofessional moments live, but you kept coming back because you loved what you did, and that's astounding to me. You guys are beautiful. You guys are brilliant. I can't wait to see what you guys do in life, in the fandom, and just in general.
Speaking of movies, who saw Wolfwalkers?
Me! You, Scarfy, you know I haven't.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I know Goodfellow Shutterwolf has seen it, and Kyle has seen it, and Krüz has seen it. It's a great movie. You guys
practically shoved it down my throat to see it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Let me put this. There's one thing. One. You know what? It's the whole thing. There's one thing. Like, would there be something exciting to report this week? Well, guess what? There is one thing.
Oh yeah,
Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
And that's it. That's the only thing we have for for music. Foo Fighters.
See, we even
new music is coming out this week, February 5th.
That's it.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we're yeah.
Here we got our music section.
Yes.
We got our music section and we got the movie section done. So
video games, I really don't know what's coming out this week, but probably next week after I eat dinner.
Are you gonna
you'll probably see something from me on this channel. What will it be? I don't know. Tune in to find out. I also have access to the Twitter account so I can announce things, but I'll keep you posted because
Do it.
this channel is not going to remain dormant. We, one way or another, the three of us are going to continue to push content out. It's not going to be the same as our usual shit, but, and shit, I mean stuff. I don't mean that it's actual garbage, because it's not. We put so much work into this.
You really do.
So true.
Yes.
But next Sunday, you're going to see something from me after I eat, because I've told my parents I still want to do stuff on Sundays, but after dinner.
We've had many events happen this January, and quite frankly,
this January's been busy. That and Super Bowl's next week. I'm not even going to watch the Super Bowl.
Wait, that's next week?
I'm getting the vaccine tomorrow.
I just remembered. There was supposed to be an episode earlier, or, towards the beginning of January, which didn't happen because I think there was just a lack of content, which actually pushed the 100th episode to today rather than last week. So it was good timing of being on the 5th year.
Yes, I agree. I'm glad that we actually did take another week off. So, as you were saying, Zach, we have. I'm just really proud, and I was so happy that you could make it. I was so happy that you could make it.
I'm so happy you guys have gotten this far. I'm glad. That's
What?
cool. Hey, Scarfy, just check the chat. This got sent to me. This got sent to me by someone who I will not name.
Oh my God, we have a wiki for article.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's the French.
Oh my God. We
Oh
have
my
French
God.
article. My name has one N and one L and no E, but other than that, great. I am so happy.
Oh my gosh, it's a legit
You're
thing.
the one
Holy
bitching about
smoke.
how your name is spelled. Oh, cry me.
It's
a
okay.
river.
This is Wikifur,
It's
the
okay.
free
It's
online
okay.
furry encyclopedia that anyone can
I don't
edit.
even care. I don't even care. This is great. I'm so fucking happy right now. Who the fuck made this? Holy
I have
shit.
no idea, man.
Your
Swear it was
fans, I
Zach.
guess.
Oh,
Nah,
even
man,
Sherwood-
dude, that
Even-
requires
All my-
too much
yeah.
effort on my
All
end.
my donations went to this.
Wow.
even Shutterwolf has a wiki for articles. So we just witnessed history in the making, guys. You do. We witnessed
It's
fucking
official.
history in the making. Yes, we have a wiki for articles.
It's
Thank you.
official.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up
Up.
live. We'll do it live.
Live.
Yes, make it visible. There it is. It's here. Dilly-lily-lily-lily.
Who the hell made this? This is incredible. Oh my God.
I don't know,
No
but
idea.
it was
Like that, I got it as a DM on my Twitter, so I was like, oh. Did they message you guys? Did whoever was like?
I don't know.
I got it literally from some rando furry, so I don't know.
This is the best feeling ever. We've witnessed history in the making, guys.
I don't know, but it was probably the goose.
Nothing is ever going to top this moment, guys. Nothing.
I didn't know I had a wiki
baby.
page.
Yeah, you do have a wiki for article. You do have a wiki for article.
We achieved release. Holy
They pulled
crap.
the information off the website.
So,
Fascinating.
All right.
So
I guess the last thing that I have on my given schedule is there anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Not to totally interrupt the flow here, but just
No,
for me, yeah, the past 5 years for me, to only to the cast members and one of the original, I would say, 5 for you, Zach. But the past 5 years, as I said before, you guys gave me the inspiration to become a furry, and these past several years, I mean, being the dead horse here, it has been a little bit of a struggle because, I just mentioned the fox. I mean, I've been a type 2 diabetic since December 23rd of 2011, and doing what I'm doing now is I'll be 28. I'm living a great life. I'm a freaking furry, which I'm goddamn proud of. This year, in the same time comes around, it'll mark 10 years of me living with diabetes. And as I've said, has my life been thrown a curveball? Absolutely. Is my life over? Absolutely not. And after I became a furry, to help up all you. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Do your time, man.
Every single one of you, and Zach can attest to this. When I met him at BLFC in 2019, I gave him one of the biggest hugs I ever had in my life because, as we mentioned before, to me, every god darn one of you is not just a friend to me, or like extended members of my family, and you have just having your very friendship, family connection. You have given me so much ability to face my fears, face the world. I mean, I got my own car. I'm almost done paying off for it. Which, yeah, you guys never have to worry when I make donations. Don't worry, I'm doing fine. But every goddamn single one of you, thank you for just being you. And and as I made mention before, tomorrow I'm getting the first dose of the COVID vaccine. And once I pray to dog that everyone gets it, and I'm just gonna say this right now: what if I meet any of you? And I did this to Zach,
and do it again.
Yes, do it. I'll do it forever. But I want to give every one of you the biggest freaking heartfelt hug, because from the bottom of my heart, in the southern Missouri, I love y'all, and just you so god dog much.
Yeah, and don't ever think that this is hamming up. Like, Kyle is one of the most genuine human beings I've met. When I met him at the con and gave him hugs, it was great. And just in general, thank you for being you. Thank you for supporting all the silly things that S.E.T does, that I do at my channel, Weekend does at his channel. Again, we're not gonna fucking broadcast our shit on your fucking stream because, again, it's tacky as hell. But you support people, and even without support, I hate to say this because oh no, there'll be money gone from our pockets. It's just you being you. You're such a good-hearted human being. Don't think you need to do things with money. We love having you there just in general because you're so kind, you're so loving, you're so accepting, and you're just so genuinely nice. And
yes,
we love you for being here. Thank you for making the fandom a better place.
Very respectful.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry. I'm mostly alcohol
at a convention.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Convention. I'm gonna give you the biggest hug, buddy.
Yes, weekend hugs are great, by the way.
And
I will admit the funny story. You should totally.
Or should I say? I shouldn't say if. When you land in Canada for a convention or anything like that, doubles, buddy.
Going on a Tim's run.
Get this guy a fucking poppers.
I just wanted to say I love you, Weekend. You're a good person.
Weekend's a sweetheart. Shut the fuck up, Weekend. Don't you spit fart at me. I know you're a sweetheart.
You know, I just would not be the same person I am without all of you guys. And I don't usually get teary-eyed, and I'm going to be painfully honest, I'm not teary-eyed. I somehow am a stone cold motherfucker.
Yes.
But I don't know if that
sure.
works against me or for me. I don't know how that works. However,
both.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, just like me being such a good person where I'm a very much an empathetic. I feel for people and I put myself in their shoes and I try and talk things out because I want to help them. And it's a blessing and a curse.
Krüz, sorry, not Krüz, but you're Naka. Naka,
Yes,
I have seen you reach out to human beings on Twitter multiple times. I know it sounds creepy as hell, but every move you make, every tweet you take, I'll be watching you. Like, I see you constantly being there for people in stressful and shitty situations. You're a good fucking person. Deal with it.
And Zach, I will have to say I've missed you. I'm just really here that you were able to make it for this 100th episode. I had to keep it a secret for Naka and Krüz. And the minute they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were surprised to see you.
Yeah, here's the whole thing. It's just like, dude. Here's the whole thing. Like, just the whole first year, just doing the whole thing with you, and then doing the thing, just dude. I loved it. I loved doing all of it, and
yeah,
it's been a great time doing it with you, and without you, just dude, just you know what? I'm just really happy that you really cared about us. Just doing just doing us. It's like the whole thing is just being like, I realize.
No. Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, when I bailed from Subwuffer, it wasn't because I didn't love what I was doing or love how you guys were doing things. It's the fact that, like, I think I've mentioned this before. I bailed because I don't value my own opinion. I really don't. Like, when I tell people, it's like, hey, here's my thoughts on things. I'm like, hey, I'm a privileged white man in the world. But it's like, especially when it comes to video games, like, I know nothing about video games. People tell me, it's like, I spent 8,000 hours of Oblivion. It's like, I spent like 80 hours of Oblivion, beat the game, and just moved on to a different game. So it's like, I didn't feel that I should talk about video games because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't give a fuck about most of the things coming out. I just do what I do. And then Naka came along and was like, yo, I'm going to research this and talk about the real shit. And I was like, oh, young man, your penis is so towering and erect. How could I compete?
Peepus!
And it's just like, yeah, your peepus is Pepsi-tastic. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It just in general, it was like, there's good people in the fandom. There's good people here, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. I will have to say, Zach, it was I missed you a lot, and I'm sorry.
Man.
Hey. You're all right.
Hey, man.
I missed you so much, and I'm just so grateful and so happy that you got to come on the show. And
I am too. Now, where's my bottle of tequila?
Hey, man, here's the thing. Without the sappy bullshit, man, we love you, buddy. Like, saw that shit. Like, we love you because just, you know what, you're part of the reason that we even continued the shit. It's like, man.
Yeah, I'm just
love you,
happy,
baby.
and yeah, jeez, well, guys, yeah, it was a duck. Guys, I think we've put it best where Naka is typing. I think I think we've all done a really good job making the show great, and we've done 100 episodes, and Zach was able to make this episode, and I asked him like way in advance, hey, if we ever reach 100 episodes, would you return? And he said, yes, I'll return, and he did. And
I'm a wolf of my word, if nothing else.
Yes. And with
You are
that,
indeed.
and with that, I think we're going to call it an episode here.
It's been a great one. Thank you for having all of us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
well,
you
well,
for
guys,
coming, guys. Seriously.
Yes. Well, guys. As always, my name is Scarfy.
I'm Naka, and you know what I just saw?
What?
I love
Thanks
the
to-
soundboard.
You know what? Let's just talk about like.
And you're Krüz.
Yes, I am Krüz.
Sorry, you have a lot of people who are going to have different attention spans, Scarfy. It's not
More
easy.
the chat.
Man, we love you all so much. You know, Kyle, Gohan, everyone who's been related to us. Like, we love you all so much. You know who you are.
And thank
Just
you,
like-
three boys, for everything you did. Like, you have pushed this show 1,000% harder than it could have been. If I was still here, I would have burnt out by like season 3 at best.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Y'all did good.
Let's go, baby.
I just want to wrap it up saying thank you for what you guys have done. Congratulations on your 100th episode and 5 years of fantastic.
Or is that Shutter? I always think Shutter's and Foxy's voices confused. Shutter.
It's Shutter.
Wow.
Shutter, are you going to MFF this year so I can look you in the face and just grab you by the face and stare into your eyes for 30 awkward seconds so I can memorize that's your voice?
I will watch this.
Oh, MFF if I can get there.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll drag him over.
Happening.
But it's time to call it a night, everybody. But
I agree.
And me hungry.
one door closes, another one opens, and
You know, man.
this is not the end of
It has
Subwuffer
food.
Entertainment.
This is not the end of Subwoofer Entertainment.
It is
Try
only
the end.
the beginning.
Yes.
Love you all, guys.
And you know what we're gonna
Yeah.
do in the future? I'm gonna change the microphone in Discord for this. You know what we're gonna do with the channel in the future? We're going to
Send those fuckers into the stratosphere.
Well played.
Gilbert
Danny DeVito.
Damn, that was
Wow.
Now,
You know how it is.
really quick, and I do need to ask, when we're out of here, are we jumping into your general chat channel of this
you
Discord,
can if
or we
you can
bail?
if you want to. I have food I need to eat, and I'm going to just kind of take my headset off and relax. It'll be kind of like I'll be done for the night, quote unquote.
We just
but-
have we just have to stay here until Naka has said we're off. Basically,
Yes, correct.
We're off live. So yeah, this is Subwoofer Entertainment, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we'll have another episode. And remember, guys, I'm not going anywhere. I just have some stuff that I need to do, and I promise you, I will be back. No, we will be back in a foreseeable future.
Man.
I
In
will
some
say
form or
that,
another.
you know,
Here's the thing,
You
man.
know-
We love you, and also just like, man. You know what? It's been so much fucking fun.
What were you gonna say?
You know what? You know what? I told you. I told everyone. I'm riding this train until we run out of rails.
I'll
Krüz,
just
you are
add
getting
it
a
rails
little
for you.
more southern every time you're taking drinks, and I fucking adore it.
And
Look
Krüz,
up
I'm
the
gonna
answer.
say, Krüz, I'm
Take
gonna
care now, you hear?
Krüz, I'm gonna
Yes,
say
sir,
the same
baby
thing.
boy.
Runs out.
Krüz, I'm gonna say the same thing that I always told Zach. Krüz, go drunk. You're home.
You're drunk.
I am
All right.
home and
Yes,
drunk.
sir. Yes, sir, baby boy.
It's
We're
it's
going
time
on a
for us
booze
to go for
run.
now, but
All
we will
right.
be back.
For us
Yeah,
to go.
baby. Let's go.
We will.
Time for us to go.
Everybody,
home.
have yourselves a great night, a great week. You'll hear
And
from one of us in the next week. Don't
And
you
Naka,
worry.
before
We're not going
Naka,
anywhere.
before you end,
All
can I
right.
just say this? Can I say one thing that I haven't had to say for years because I totally left it to you all in my fucking will, I guess?
You're allowed to.
Shit. Thank you. Cheers, kids.
Cheers, kids.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you, baby.
Cheers.
More to
Love
chat.
you.
Love you all.
It's like, you know what?